Dakotas, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Surfs Valley Dental, Cadova Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Vivetto Orthodontics, Elevation, Pro Style Production DJ Services, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, and Planet Pizza. This broadcast presentation of Minot High Hockey is brought to you by First Western Bank and Trust, Premier Chiropractic, Tecta America Dakotas, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Surfs Valley Dental, Cadova Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Vivetto Orthodontics, Elevation, Pro Style Production DJ Services, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, and Planet Pizza. This broadcast presentation of Minot High Hockey is brought to you by First Western Bank and Trust, Premier Chiropractic, Tecta America Dakotas, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Surfs Valley Dental, Cadova Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Vivetto Orthodontics, Elevation, Pro Style Production DJ Services, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, and Planet Pizza. This broadcast presentation of Minot High Hockey is brought to you by First Western Bank and Trust, Premier Chiropractic, Tecta America Dakotas, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Surfs Valley Dental, Cadova Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Vivetto Orthodontics, Elevation, Pro Style Production DJ Services, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, and Planet Pizza.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanam. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Planet Pizza. All systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
I love that space.
Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This broadcast presentation of Minot High Hockey is brought to you by First Western Bank and Trust, Premier Chiropractic, Tecta America Dakotas, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Surfs Valley Dental, Cadova Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Vivetto Orthodontics, Elevation, Pro Style Production DJ Services, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, and Planet Pizza.
Planet Pizza. All systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
I love space.
Planet Pizza.
Bringing the puck are the Magicians. Here's Easton Bennett out to center. Back to Vial, then Bennett. Bennett's in with the top of the circle. Bennett cruising in front onto the backhand. Vial turns it to the forehand. He scores!
This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Colby Eds handling, whistling, firing into the glove. Oh, he scored! It's 2-0. Eds tattoos at home. And the Magicians lead 2-0.
A growing tradition.
Here's a drive, he scores! And it's a hat trick for Hayden Schwartz. Tic-tac-toe play evasive. Morelli with the backhand, slips in pass to that liner. Here's Martella drive, he scores! Martell rebukes, and the Magi are on the board with a power play. 40 seconds in OT, a drive coming back to Ortiz. Snell gets her out of that ball, then he fires, he scores!
With one goal in mind.
And the Magi hang on, the face-off, one back to the Knights. Minot High is winning the state title. They have won the state championship.
This broadcast presentation of Minot High Hockey is brought to you by First Western Bank and Trust, Premier Chiropractic, Tecta America Dakotas, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Surfs Valley Dental, Cadova Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Vivetto Orthodontics, Elevation, Pro Style Production DJ Services, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, and Planet Pizza.
Taken by ends up the near side. Waltz Easton Bennett, he's in. Short-handed. Bennett's going to step in. Bennett backhanded drive. He scores. Easton Bennett makes it 3-2. Young nasty man down to an E. Shoots the arrow into the sky. You betcha. Point number 60 for Easton Bennett.
Now let's join Nick Holberg, the voice of Magi Hockey, for the Planet Pizza pregame show.
In the intro, you heard two highlights. One from 2013 where Quinn Fuchs scores in overtime. 7-6, the hat trick, it's called by yours truly, Nick Holberg. That goal call comes from Quinton Burdick Arena, home of the Devils Lake Firebirds. The other highlight that you heard from the Devils Lake matchups in the past, 2015, when Matt Flom scored in overtime in the state quarterfinals to propel Minot High into the semifinal round, which they won, which propelled them into the state championship, which they won for the first time in 2015. Moral of the story, Minot High and Devils Lake have matched up a handful of times in recent years, and it seems as if every time these two teams get together, they're in for a dogfight, hoping for the same tonight. Good evening and welcome to Quinton Burdick Arena here in Devils Lake, North Dakota. It's a Thursday night, and it's a perfect night for an East-West showdown with the Minot High Magicians and the Devils Lake Firebirds. I'm Nick Holberg. Thanks for joining us for the Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location for school parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. 701-852-1700. 20 years of service in the Magic City. A local pizza place lasting that long tells you one thing. The stuff is legit. Planet Pizza brings you the pregame show tonight. Check out Planet Pizza if you're hungry for dinner. Again, they do deliver at 701-852-1700. Tell the Muellers that Nick Holberg sent you that way. Well, Minot High comes into the matchup tonight in this East First West showdown after a big win on Tuesday night. That was the opener for region play, where they knocked off Mandan 7-0. And boy, the Magicians looked like a well-oiled machine by that final third period of play. They cruised. They had 6 different goal scorers in the hockey game. How about Mason Deal? He had a 4-point night for the Magi, and the junior was cruising. That is after a loss that they suffered on Saturday to the Grand Forks Central Knights. What was the score? Well, it was 7-0 in favor of Central. What has Devils Lake done so far this year? Well, they've only played one game. They beat Botno Rugby on the road. That was a 2-1 tilt, so they're 1-0 overall. They haven't opened up East Region play as of yet. After tonight for the Magi, they're off until next Thursday when they take on Bismarck Century. And get ready for a dogfight that night. That one is going to be a good one. This one should be a good one here tonight. Devils Lake may be down just a bit from where they were last year and the few years in the past, but they're still a hockey team that always puts up a good fight on their home ice. This is one of my favorite arenas, by the way, in all of North Dakota. This is a 200 by 80-foot sheet of ice that's got bleachers on both sides. Benches are opposite side of the penalty box. Got the hanging scoreboard, center ice as well. Perfect venue for a perfect night of hockey, isn't it? Fantastic. 1 day away from the start of December. It's hockey season. We're into it and we're rolling. More to come on the Planet Pizza pregame show. When we return, we'll dive further into the numbers of this matchup. We'll look around the state of North Dakota and take a look at who's been playing as of late, who's playing tonight, who the top performers have been. And then we'll talk to John Grubb, the co-head coach of the Magi, in the Planet Pizza Coach's Corner. Minot High in Devils Lake tonight, live from Devils Lake here on 1390 KRRZ, and of course at Pro Style Productions YouTube page. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Planet Pizza. All systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
I love that space.
Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This broadcast presentation of Minot High Hockey is brought to you by First Western Bank and Trust, Premier Chiropractic, Tecta America Dakotas, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Surfs Valley Dental, Cadova Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Vivetto Orthodontics, Elevation, Pro Style Production DJ Services, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, and Planet Pizza.
East versus West showdown tonight, live from Devils Lake, North Dakota. Nick Holberg, happy to have you aboard for the Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location for school parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They have a 30-inch pizza at Planet Pizza. It's called the Galactic. It truly is out of this world. Planet Pizza brings you the pregame show tonight. Again, 701-852-1700. Call and order now. Well, Minot High comes into the matchup tonight at 1-1. Devils Lake comes in at 1-0. Minot High, their most recent win over Mandan on home ice to open up the 2017-2018 home ice schedule at the Pepsi rink. Minot High had a nice win over Mandan. Mentioned earlier in the first set tonight that it was Mason Deal that had a 4-point night for the Magi that night. Peterson had 2 assists in the hockey game. Vial had 1 goal, 1 assist in the contest. Peyton Fillion scored his first goal as a Minot High Magician. Brock Bergerud had a tally in the contest. Jack Plemmel had his first goal as a Magi as well. Nice night for the Magi on Tuesday evening. Odie Nelson stopped all 11 shots that he saw in the contest. Here's a flash of news for you here tonight. Odie Nelson does not get the call tonight. They go with the sophomore Jordan Love. This was news to me. You'll hear that in the coach's corner with John Grubb. I was surprised to find out that Jordan Love's got the nod tonight, but good for the sophomore. The young athletic goaltender gets the call tonight for the Magi. Let's see how he does in his first varsity start for the Magicians. Here's who else is playing tonight across the state of North Dakota. Bismarck High's JV is at Hayes and Beulah for a 7 p.m. tilt tonight. Red River's at West Fargo Cheyenne. Fargo North is at Grand Forks Central. Good luck. Fargo South Shanley's at Fargo Davies. Minot is here at Devils Lake, and Dickinson is at Mandan. It will be interesting to see how Dickinson and Mandan fared tonight in the 7:30 tilt tonight in Mandan at the All Seasons Arena. Games that took place on Tuesday. Fargo Shanley at West Fargo Cheyenne. That was a 4-3 win for for Fargo South Shanley. Grafton Park River was 2 better than Detroit Lakes at 5-3. Minot shelled Mandan 7-0. Williston got spanked by Dickinson 16-2. Dickinson could be the real deal again here in 2017-2018. We'll find out how they do against Mandan tonight. Bismarck's JV was at Hayes and Beulah. They won that one 6-2. State's top performers, Kirkland Irie from Bismarck Century, sitting on 10 points in 2 games. That's 4 goals, 6 assists for Kirkland Irie. Carter Bailey from Century has 9 points. That comes to the tune of 3 goals, 6 assists. Cody Shepard from Dickinson, 8 points on the season. Isaiah Thomas from Century, 7 points. 6 points for Nicholas Brown of Century. TJ Ball from Bismarck High, the seniors got 6 points, as does Joseph Pavick. A handful of guys with 6 points, handful with 5, all the way down to Mason Deal at number 22 in the state. The only player in tonight's game in the top 25 that leads the state in scoring with 4 points. Let's see if he can add to that here tonight. More of the Planet Pizza pregame show to come. When we come back, we'll talk to John Grubb, the co-head coach of the Magi. We'll hear his thoughts after the win against Mandan on Tuesday. We'll hear his thoughts heading into tonight's tilt here with the Devils Lake Firebirds. This is the Planet Pizza pregame show for Minot High Magicians Hockey. More to come when we return. This is Magi Hockey.
Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
I love
Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
The Planet Pizza pregame show. It's time now for the Planet Pizza Coach's Corner. We're here with Minot High go-ahead coach John Grubb. And first of all, John, thanks for a little time tonight. We get you on the road and Jason at home. Nice to hear your voice.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to be back for another season.
Easy one tonight after a nice win on Tuesday night. Boy, you guys put it to Mandan 7-0. 6 different guys on the score sheet for you. In my mind, you looked like a well-oiled machine, certainly in the third period. Talk about that game a little bit, what you saw, what you liked, what you didn't like out of your Magi.
We got better as the game went on. I think we're still a little not ready to go off the start, but as the game wore on, we got better and better and better. And what we really liked was seeing, almost every kid on the team contributed some way in that game, and all 4 lines scored, and it was a good all-around effort.
Kind of like a junior schedule almost. Game Saturday, game Tuesday, game Thursday. How nice was that, having that rebound game on Tuesday night to kind of forget about Central a little bit on Saturday?
It was great. Actually, we had a good hard practice Monday, and it was good to get right back at it and, put it into game form. We'd have liked maybe one more day to practice here before we came into Devils Lake, but all in all, we're excited. It's another non-conference game. We get to try a lot of different things, so we're looking forward to tonight.
The young Plemo kid, the young Fillion kid, they both get on the score sheet. What does that do for your hockey program, and what do you tell guys like that to try to keep the train rolling down the tracks?
I just think it gives those kids some confidence. Central's a tough opponent to start out with, especially your first high school game. The speed's a step up, and to see those kids score, you can see they're uplifted a little more the next day of practice, and I think it just adds to our depth, seeing that some young guys like that can step in and be ready to play.
Odie didn't get tested a whole lot on Tuesday night, but boy, when he did, he was sharp and not easy hanging in there for only 11 shots in the contest. Talk about your junior goaltender and what you expect out of him on a night like tonight.
Yeah, tonight we're actually going to go with Jordan Love tonight. You just give him a chance, non-conference game, but on Tuesday, Odin had a good bounce back. He made the saves he needed to make. Like you said, it's tough to stay focused when you're not seeing a lot of shots, but he did have some quality ones come his way, and he made the saves for us, so that's important.
This was on SportsCenter. The breaking news alert would be flashed in the corner. Talk about the Love kid a little bit. I know he played on the Bantam A team last year, and a kid that looks super athletic back there. What do you expect out of him tonight? And any time you throw a sophomore into a varsity situation, his first ever game, the nerves have to be there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, what an experience. This is always a tough place to play, and they've had a strong high school program over the past, so it should be a fun game for him to play in. He's an athletic kid. He's not big, but he can move, and he's been working hard at practice, and he needs his shot to get in there too, and the non-conference game provides that for us.
Devils Lake's a team that got a win over Botno Rugby, but it was a nail-biter up at the Lumberdome. But like you said, this Devils Lake team might be down a little bit. What do you expect out of the Firebirds tonight? Have you scouted these guys a whole bunch, or is this kind of your game and your way tonight, and that's all you worry about?
We worry about ourselves first, most of all, but I know Coach Stokey's teams, they've been tough in the past few years, and they've got always a physical hockey team. They move their feet really well. He gets them to work hard, and they always seem to have quality goaltending, and it's continuing this year. Their goaltender is very solid again, and that's a challenge for us. Them, their top line, and if we can win those two battles, we'll be in good shape.
I started a fire on Tuesday night. I said that Minot High was going to win the West Region, or they were my pick to win the West Region. For you guys tonight, getting a game tonight against a non-conference team, next game next Thursday, you've got Century on the map. We get to find out then how nice is it having a nice break after 3 games after a night like tonight?
It is. It gets us to really get some work in practice next week. I mean, we've barely touched or spent any time on power play and penalty kill and any type of those things in practice. It's been more about just starting to work and battle and know your assignments in defensive zones. So that'll be good for next week. We'll get a little more practice with that tonight, but all in all, we're not looking ahead, but a game like tonight's a good night to prepare you for Century.
A lot of people called me crazy. Do you think I'm nuts for saying that we might be a team that could contend in the West Region this year?
No, I don't think it's crazy at all. Usually it comes down to, can you get a win in Bismarck, and can you win your 2 when the Bismarcks come up to play you? And, usually year after year, if you could do that, you're gonna be there. I guess the team that's going to win the West probably only going to have 1 loss, maybe 2 in the region. Just depends how each team plays against each other, but it's got to be your goal. We have a little different team than Century does. They're very skilled. Bismarck's got some really good kids back, but we think our depth is hopefully going to develop, and that's what will give us a chance to beat a team like that.
We'll worry about business tonight, this EDC WDA matchup. One key tonight, if you guys want to win here in Devils Lake in a nice arena, a tough place to play.
Stay out of the box. Most importantly here, we've had some wild games here in the past. We've had lots of 5-on-3s, so stay disciplined, stay out of the box. And I think if we do that, I think we have the kids where we should come out on top, but it's something we got to do, and it's not always easy.
Sure appreciate your time tonight. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
That's John Grubb, co-head coach of the Minot High Magicians. When we come back to the Planet Pizza pregame show, we'll get set up and ready for the opening faceoff. We'll dive further into the matchup. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS Store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Planet Pizza. 4 systems go for lunch. 3 when supper time's a crunch. 2 T-minus now it's time 1 for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
I love the space.
Planet Pizza.
Colors are retired. God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Time for hockey. It's out of North Dakota boys high school action. It's a West versus East showdown tonight. We're on the east side of the state. We're in Devils Lake. Home of the Firebirds. Just about set and ready as we get geared up for game number 3 on the Magician schedule. They're 1-1 coming into the matchup tonight. Firebirds with their second game of the year. They're 1-0 on the year. Minot High in their road maroon jerseys tonight. They've got the maroon helmets, pants, and gloves trimmed out in the Vegas gold. They've got one Vegas gold stripe on the sock right in the middle, one white on the top, one white on the bottom of that, the big M across the chest. Jordan Love, the sophomore net keeper, gets the call tonight for the Magi. He'll be in the blue paint on the left side of the all-white Reebok pads. He's got the white Bauer mask on with 2 M's on the side of the ears. Locked and loaded are the Magi. They'll travel from the left to the right once again. Right to the left are the Firebirds from Devils Lake. The Firebird logo right across the chest. They've got a white uniform on with black trim. It's got 2 red stripes around the bottom. They've got black helmets, pants, and gloves on. They've got white socks with 2 red stripes, 3 black right across the middle. We're set to get this one underway. Mason Deal will start for the Magi as he steps in against Craig Peterson. Face-off at center ice. 17 minutes on the clock. Ammunition has been handed out. What do you say in East-West War tonight? Inside of North Dakota High School hockey. It's a rowdy venue for a Thursday night. And we're underway with the Magi winning the opening draw. Nice student section tonight here for Devils Lake. They're rowdy. Introductions were good as well. This is going to be a fun one tonight. Puck down to the corner, offensive zone. Bergerud has it for the Magi. Trying to dump it down to Mason Deal. The student section is standing up completely blind to buy in this near corner. Hertz has it at the line. Sends it in, whistled wide. Comes back away. Quick shot on goal. That one from Ruley turned aside. Taken here by the Firebirds. They're going to look to clear with Craig Peterson. Peterson throws it out to neutral ice where it's going to go off of Bergerud. He's scrumming for it right in front of the Devils Lake bench. Puck still tied up right in front of the Firebird bench. Comes back onto the tape down for Riley Rude, and Rude takes it back into his own territory, launches it all the way into Minot High territory where the Magicians regain control, and here comes Opposda into the offensive zone. Opposda tees one up and into the butterfly goes Ruley. He'll gobble that one up, and the faceoff will come to Ruley's glove side after Opposda and a firing boomer right into the chest of the netminder for Devils Lake. Regan Ruley, 1 game played, 23 shots is what he faced. He stopped 22 of them. That's 1 goal against average and a .957 save percentage coming into the matchup here tonight. Off the draw. Drive comes in off of Brett Davis, sent behind the net. Logan Broughton, the captain, had it back behind the net. He's crushed back underneath the goal line. Then a big hit on the near side wall for the Magicians, but the puck pushed out to center ice, and here come the Firebirds with Sinker back in behind Jordan Love. Puck handled by the Firebirds. They're going to set up shop. Here's the first shot coming towards the net, knocked down by the Magi, and Peterson pushes to center, and Jake Viles on the prowl. He crosses over the Firebird stripe, sends it down underneath the net. Vile takes it into the far side corner. Vile onto the backhand, sends it up to Hertz, sends it in. Ruley makes the pad save, and the puck's away at the top of the circle. We're at 15:20 to play here in the opening period. Controlled now by Vile. Vile steps in. Fancy move, a drive, and a stop from Ruley. And Ruley will hang tight to it. Face-off will be on Ruley's blocker side. Here with 15:12 to play in the opening period. Scoreless hockey game here at Burdick Arena. Quinton Burdick Arena, that is. Here at Devils Lake. Minot High's next line out. It's Fillion out on the draw. Here's a drive coming. That one off of Nick Murphy. Blocker stop there, and the puck comes back away now to Devils Lake's skater number 2. That's Josh White back in behind the net. Puck pushed back up to the point. Hyde has it, walks across the blue line, sends it in, went wide, turned away. The puck comes back away to the far side for Josh White, and White clears out to center. On the rush now, crossing over Devier into the blocker side corner of Jordan Love. Back behind the Minot High cage, pushed back to the point. Puck's taken back away, and it comes to the half wall. Offensive zone for Devils Lake with 14:35 to play in the opening period. Neither team on the scoreboard yet as Nick Murphy crosses over center, far wall, gets it into the offensive zone now. Crossed over the bouncing puck, escaped his possession, and it's flipped out to neutral ice where it's handled here by Austin Devier, the sophomore for Devils Lake. Pushed out to neutral. Is this too many men on the ice? Whistle was blown. We're going to wait and see what the call will be. I believe it's too many men on the ice on Devils Lake. 14:17 to play in the opening period. Face-off will be at neutral. Referees having a conference still talking it over. Not exactly sure what the call is here. Jen Stokey, head coach of Devils Lake, has the conversation with the referees at the bench. Face-off's going to come back into the Devils Lake end. On the blocker side of Ruley, nobody comes to the penalty box, so we're going to skate them 5-on-5. Still unsure what the whistle was for. Inadvertent whistle, possibly. They're still talking it over. Logan Broughton comes over to have the conversation. Now it makes sense. Penalty box door comes open. I was right the first time. Just took the referees solid minute to figure it out. And what they needed to figure out was that there were too many men on the ice for the Firebirds. Magi power play comes out for the first time tonight. On the bench, Minor on Devils Lake. Viles out with Davis. Mason deals it on the draw. Hyde's back at the point along with Broughton, but shorthanded. Here come the Firebirds to center. And this is Reslock that just sends it all the way down and behind Jordan Love. 10 seconds into the Magi power play. Deal out to center. Bump to head forward. Broughton's got it. Sockered it to himself. In over the line. Bottom of the circle he comes. Underneath the goal line. Broughton tried to find it back to the point for Hyde. Look out. All alone and back the other way. Shorthanded on the rush is Craig Peterson. Puck rolled underneath the goal line, so he's just going to take it below the net where Deal bumps into him. Peterson 1-on-4, shorthanded back behind the Minot High net. Leaves it back there where Hyde has it now, and Hyde pushes back to center for Broughton. Across it comes. Now Vile into the offensive zone over the blue line. Carries it near side wall. Down into the near side corner. In the blind spot for me once again with the standing student section. Deal will work it back away near side top of the circle at the point. Handling now is Broughton. Delivered back over near side half wall. Magi power play down to a minute remaining. At the point, Hyde sends it towards the net. That was a rocket. Went over the glove of Ruley, and it rolls all the way back into Minot High territory on the blocker side of the sophomore net keeper Love. 47 seconds remains on the Minot High power play. We're down to 13 minutes on the dot to play in the opening frame. Minot High will be charged with an icing here in the scoreless first period. Thanks again to Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location for school parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza brings you the pregame show each and every night for Minot High Magicians Hockey. Thank the Mueller family so much for their continued support. That stuff is honestly my favorite pizza I've ever had. I've traveled all over the United States, all the way to Alaska, New York, all over the place for hockey. Pizza is part of that, usually on the postgame. Planet Pizza, the best in the business. Here's a drive on goal, offensive zone for the Magi. Puck's underneath the net now. Bergerud has it, offensive zone. Puck comes back away at the wall. It's taken here and worked Up by Haberman, top of the circle. Abrahamson's in, turns it towards the net, went wide. That one off of a post-off. The Karam off the net, and now it's taken by the Firebirds out to center. They gain the offensive zone with it, but Minot High has real estate as it's taken momentarily. Bouncing puck comes back out to center ice. Miscue there. Minot High has it with Abrahamson. He crosses over, fires it in. Abrahamson sent for a ride, and Abrahamson slow to get up on the near side wall. Abrahamson's still on the ice, but he's on his way to the bench. That one maybe could have gone for a boarding. It didn't. Abrahamson still slow as the Devils like Firebirds bring it into Minot High territory. Drive comes in, went wide off of Carter Schwab. 11:48 to play here in the opening period. Neither team has scored yet. Puck is tied up on the near side half boards. Minot High D-end. Pushed out to center ice now where Hunter Cope's on the prowl for it, but it's taken there by Martinson. And Martinson moved it away to the far side wing. Minot High and Plemmel has it. Now with Plemmel with the backhand underneath the net after he worked it down underneath the goal line, hard on the forecheck. Puck comes back away to Patrick Hyde. Fancy move. Hunter Cope out of the corner. Comes back to Hyde. Has it in the slot. Turns. Fires. Really robbed him. Stop in the play and a quick whistle after Patrick Hyde had a fancy toe drag in front of the Devils Lake net keeper. Shot it towards the net. And the goaltender wearing number 30 in the all-white tonight for Devils Lake keeps it a scoreless hockey game. Face-off on Ruli's blocker side. Plemmel in to take the draw. He's out there with Nelson as the centerman. Hunter Cope on the far side wing. Puck tied up at the half wall. Far side boards. Underneath the goal line it comes. Magi have control. Hyde at the point. Tees it up. Rockets it towards the net and went wide. Underneath the goal line. Working on it now for the Magi on the far side wing. That's Cope. Can't keep a handle on it. Puck comes out to center ice now for Hertz. And Hertz will dump it back in behind. Ruley, the net keeper here for the Firebirds. 10 minutes, 48 seconds to play in a scoreless first period. Minot High with possession in the offensive zone as it goes back away to Hyde, who's underneath the circle now. Hyde trying to fire it towards the net. It was taken away, and the other way we go for Blair Martinson. Martinson's back in over the Minot High stripe. Nice play by Patrick Hyde. Rushes back to the other end of the ice. Regains control for the Magi. Frees it now as ahead forward it comes as Minot High's Hunter Cope crosses over into offensive territory. Losing a handle on it are the Magicians. And right back to center with it comes Riley Rude. Rude sends it down underneath the Minot High net. Devils Lake goes for a change. Minot High has real estate as it's pushed forward by Peterson. Up over center ice into the offensive zone. Far side wall. This is the right side of the radio dial. Underneath the goal stripe now. Puck comes back away. It's Abrahamson back out. Abrahamson underneath the goal line. Onto the backhand. Looks for the outlet. Saucers it back around off the end wall. Abrahamson plays catch with it back behind the net with Davis. Comes up to the point now on the near side wing for Broughton, who walks in. Turns one towards the cage. And a pad save was made from Ruley. Hard-hitting game down low as Minot High still controls the puck, but it's Davis that's knocked around like a pinball down low. Back to the point. Shot save. Rebound. Turned aside. Abrahamson was stoned at point-blank range after Broughton whistled one in. The net keeper made a pad save, then another. Abrahamson almost made it 1-0 with 9:25 left in the first period. Minot High buzzing now as Vial with a backhand sends it in. Fillion on the forecheck. Fillion hard into the corner after it. Fillion roughed up in the corner that time by 12 Craig Peterson. Peterson now is going to try to clear it out to center. He does. Fillion still on top of him. Puck taken away by the Magi. They send it back into the offensive zone and away on the near side boards. It's Fillion that scrums for it, but back the other way. Here comes Craig Peterson. 2-on-1. Back a drive. Love forced to make his first stop as a varsity net keeper. And on a point-blank shot on the other end of the ice that came from Tommy Reslock, the senior forward, it's Jordan Love that can find the rest easy. First one is made for Jordan Love, and the faceoff will come on his glove side. Well, Jordan Love, 5'11", $165, listed to the program. Small athletic goaltender, kind of like Patrick Waugh, has the blonde hair coming out of the back of the goal mask from back in the younger days of old Patty Waugh. Different style goaltender, maybe, however. Love keeps it pretty low to the ground. Far side, Murphy in his own D zone. Up off the boards, clears out to center, rolls back into Devils Lake territory where Carter Schwab moved it ahead. Right in front of the Minot High bench. Now it's taken with a backhand, and Craig Peterson dumps it back in behind Love. Minot High peppering in the contest so far. They bring it out to center with Hunter Cope. Culp is railed on the near side wing. That was a big hit from Nolan Bushy. Back with it now. Bushy has it at center ice after the D-man brought it back out to center. Peterson back on the retreat for the Magi. Bumped it away to Broughton on the near wing. Referee is in the way underneath the goal line. Got in the skates of Broughton, then the ref. Now it's controlled by the Magi. Back away to the far side boards. Trying to clear it out are the Magicians with Bergrud. He can't clear the zone. Fluttering puck is dumped in from the blue line from Jeremiah Hill from Devils Lake. And now right outside the blue line at the neutral zone. The puck is pushed out by the Magi. Right back in by the Firebirds. They play ping pong with it at the neutral ice zone. Comes back to Broughton. He's got some room now. Takes it on the blocker. Sent a love over to the glove side to Peterson, who forces it out. Devils Lake sends it right back in. It's sloppy play here with 7:20 to play here in the first period as Minot High pushes out to center again. Firebirds trying to take it back the other way. Now Minot High's got it back. Here comes Opposed back into the offensive zone. Carries down 1-on-2 into the near corner. Underneath the goal line it comes. Now back to the top of the circle. Trying to clear it out are the Firebirds. They do that, and they get it out to center with Stubby. Goes back away to the far side boards at the half wall. Defensive zone for the Magi. Peterson back in with it, tried to turn it towards the net. It was turned away there by the Magicians, and the puck lays underneath the bottom of the circle on the far wing. D-zone for the Magi. Left side of the radio dial. 6:45 to play in the opening frame. Minot High and Devils Lake deadlocked at goose eggs as it's taken out to center by Peterson. He'll whistle it down. Icing is waved off on the play. Back to retrieve underneath the Devils Lake net. Icing was waved off by the head official. Then the linesman called it an icing, and the referees not quite on the same page yet. Here was 6:34 to play in the first. They have a small conversation about it as the puck's delivered from the head referee down to the linesman, where the faceoff will be taken on Jordan Love's blocker side. Red seats through the whole arena here. The Dashers red as well. The bottom kick plate blue compared to the traditional red in a lot of hockey rinks. That's the bottom piece of plastic that goes all the way around the playing surface. Got advertisements on the boards pretty much all the way around the venue. Puck underneath the Minot High net, taken away the far side corner. It's Tommy Reslock working it back to the near side, trying to saucer it back away on the blocker side of Jordan Love. Goes back away to the far side. That's the glove side. Now back behind the net. Hertz has it, and Hertz is going to try to move it away to the near wing. Puck goes up into the offensive zone. Vial had it momentarily. Plemmel will touch it. He dumps it in. Plemmel was a foot off sides right in front of the official. Didn't call the offsides. And now the puck is sent all the way back down the length of the ice. That's an icing on the Firebirds. 5:45 to play here in the opening period. Scoreless hockey game from Devils Lake. Faceoff coming on Regan Ruley's glove hand side. Special thanks to Bremer Bank, the UPS store, Mars, Elevation, Vibetta Orthodontics, Minot's Finest Collision Center, IMM, Buffalo Wild Wings, Minot Hockey Boosters, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, First International Bank, Thrifty White Drug, Qdoba, Souris Valley Dental, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Planet Pizza, Premier Chiropractic, and First Western Bank and Trust, all bringing you Minot High Magicians Hockey here in the 2017-2018 campaign. Out to center, back into the Minot High end. It's Martinson turning it towards the net. Nice defensive play there as that one turned aside by skater number 15 for the Magi. That's Chase Haberman. Rolling puck comes back into Devils Lake territory. Blocker side of Ruley. 5:15 to play here in the opening period. Neither team on the scoreboard yet. Murphy's line back out for the Magi as it comes back out to center ice now for the Firebirds. Ahead it comes into the offensive zone for Devils Lake. This is Nolan Bushy, loose in front of the Minot High net. Puck taken by Hunter Culp, and Culp just pushes it right out to neutral ice and sends it right back in. Minot High started out, they were red hot to start the hockey game. They've kind of lost their minds here at the start, or midway point, all the way until now here, the first period. Not making very smart decisions are the Magi. Here's their captain, Logan Broughton, trying to change that. He pushes out to center. Back in with it comes Murphy. He's hit 1-on-5. Murphy, top of the circle, sends it towards the goal. And the stop is made as Regan Ruley went into the butterfly and gobbled that one up, hit him in the shoulder on the blocker side, and then caught it with the glove. Face-off coming here with 4.5 to play in the opening frame. Well, Minot High got things rolling midway through the first period Tuesday night. Jake Vial got on the board first for the Magi. Then it was Mason Deal that added another one. You heard the pregame show. I mentioned that Fillion and Plemmel scored their first varsity goals. Bergrud had one in the contest. The other goal scorer was the captain, Logan Broughton. That was a power play goal. Vials behind the offensive net now. Takes it away to the near side half boards. Pushed across. Shot on goal, save, rebound again. Abrahamson robbed after Hyde fired one in. Down low, near side, shot on goal, went up off the crossbar, did it from Davis. Either way, it went into the protective mesh and a stop in the play after Ruley turns aside. Another magician shot on goal. 4 minutes on the dot to play here in the first. Face off of the offensive zone, blocker side of Regan Ruley. Abrahamson out there with Vial and Davis off the draw. Davis pushes it back. That's Hyde, dropped down. Vial has it, tried to center it in front. Taken by the Firebirds away to the far side wing. Referee in the way again on the far side wall. I don't know where they got these guys for tonight. In the way a bit. 3-on-1, back the other way. Firebirds in, turning, firing. Shot is stopped there by Jordan Love after the captain, Lovin, fired it in. Another shot on goal. That one went wide. Comes away to the near wing. Vial trying to push out to center. He does. 3.5 to play here in the opening period. Scoreless hockey game as the puck is handled and worked away to the near side wing by Jake Vial out to center ice. Goes away to the far side. Davis is in on the rush with it. Drops it back. Vial dropped down to the far side corner. Blocker side of Ruley. Way to the near side wing, and the puck comes back out to center. Back into the Minot High defensive end where Peterson will start the rush with it. Peterson away to the near side wing, ducks around two checks, now another. Takes it down into the offensive zone, glove side, shot on, save, rebound. Turned aside again by Ruley, and the puck will come back out to center. The flutterer will roll into Minot High territory all the way down. Icing waved off, opposed to got there before it crossed the end line. Now Bergrud touched it up as the puck crosses back into Devils Lake defensive territory. Back out to center ice, they come with it. Here come the Firebirds and Blair Martinson. Whistled one up over the head of Love into the offensive zone for the Magi. Too far in front of Deal off the connect there from Opposda. Magicians regroup in their own territory, and it's Broughton away. Now to Deal. Deal's in with the top of the circle, sends it in. Stick save, Ruley. Bergrud sends it forward, comes back to the point, hops over Broughton's tape with the captain for the Magi. Back on the retrieve. Near wing, taken here by Opposda. He'll send it back in behind the net keeper. Bergrud, first one there. Can't keep a handle on it. Goes away to the far side wall. And Blair Martinson pushes to center, down to the near side wing. In over the Minot High stripe. Drop back. Nolan Bushy sends it towards the net. Underneath Jordan Love on the blocker side. Taken now by Bergrud. Bergrud sends it forward to Opposda. Goes off of Opposda. Skates it out. Back away in the defensive territory for the Magi. It's Patrick Hyde to retrieve. He drops it back over to Hertz. Now Hertz across. Fired through the neutral zone. Comes back away to the near side wing. Big hit at center. Tatum Hertz absolutely crushes Josh White. In with it comes Plemmel. And Plemmel on the near side wing takes it into the offensive zone. About 25 to play in the opening period. Student section's rowdy tonight for Devils Lake. Hertz fires one in. Blocker stop is made out of the corner. Hyde turns. That one fanned on by Patrick Hyde. Comes back up to Murphy. And Murphy drops it underneath the net. Here's Plemmel onto the corner. Near side wing. Shuffled back across. 1 minute, 5 seconds to play here in the opening frame. Murphy from below the goal sent it in front to Hertz. Here's the 1 minute call. Nope, we didn't get it. There it is. Thank you. Plemmel on the near side. On angle shot. Fired on. Shot saved. Fillion was on the doorstep. Batted it towards the net. And the glove came up and the stop is made from Regan Ruley. I'm not keeping shots on goal tonight here in the press box. We'll get those at the break over the PA system, heavily favoring the Magi here tonight. Regan Ruley, the Devils Lake net keeper, leads back with the glove hand up on the crossbar. Now he comes set, ready for the faceoff as Abrahamson in on the draw and wins it back to Peterson. Peterson throws it towards the net. Here's a drive coming. That one off the iron from Broughton down low. Broughton has it side of the net. Broughton scrumming for it. Near side. Bottom of the circle to the far side wing it goes. Abrahamson back to the point. Jake Vial has it. Turns. Hit traffic in front. Vial crosses the center slot. Wears the A on his jersey. Throws it towards the net. Bio battling for it here on the near side wing. Comes back to Abrahamson. Still a stick scrum in front of the slot. Comes back to the point. That one teed up. Broughton was absolutely crushed at the blue line. Should have been a charge on Carson Lovett. Back into the offensive zone for the Firebirds. Turned, went away to the near wing. Absolutely running around his 16, Carson Lovett. 5 seconds to play in the period. And at the end of one, it's going to be a scoreless hockey game. Somebody keep an eye on 16. Kid's like a linebacker for the NDSU Bison. Running around. Broughton got tattooed by him. Broughton still maybe shaking up on the play. He's slow to head off the ice. Abrahamson, I think, took one from him as well. Scoreless hockey game at the end of one period played. You're listening to Minot High Magicians Hockey on 1390 KRRZ and at Prostown Productions YouTube page. Larry McFall has a story for you folks tonight. You're not going to want to miss this one. It's a good one. We'll have that one for you at the break. Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report comes up next. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey at the end of one, scoreless tilt.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Planet Pizza. All systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
I love space.
Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Huntingsley.
Scoreless hockey game at the end of one period. Minot High and Devils Lake here at the Quentin Burdick Arena in Devils Lake, North Dakota. Nick Holberg here for the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. We quickly have Jordan Willert, the assistant coach of the Magi, ice level. Coach, just want to get your thoughts on the first period of play. Flashes of brilliance at times, but it also seems like a bit of a sloppy hockey game. Your thoughts on the first?
Yeah, I mean, Nick, you kind of said it there. You know, things were sloppy a little bit. You know, we're a little discombobulated. You know, you got Kyler Stenberg gone today at, National DECA, so we're having to rotate some things around with some lines. There should be a little bit more continuity here in the second period. I think the kids, battled and worked hard. This is a hard building to play. Their crowd's pretty ruckus, and hopefully we can get a little bit more going here in the first or in the second. I don't exactly know what the shots were because they're not up on the board, but I think we took play to them. We had some good chances. Really made some good saves.
It was nice to see Jordan Love make that first stop as a varsity goaltender. As you know, that first one probably the most important.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Jordy made some really good saves that period. When he was called upon, and he's an athletic kid, and he's a good kid all around, and it's fun to see him having some success right now.
Sure, appreciate your time. Best of luck in the second.
We'll see you soon, Nick.
That's Jordan Willert, the assistant coach of the Magi. When we come back, we'll hear from Larry McFall. He's got a story from about 20 years ago here at Quentin Burdick Arena in Devils Lake. This is one you won't want to miss. This is the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. 0-0 at the end of one. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
It's time for the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Thrifty White Drug, where your healthy outcomes are our priority.
First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time for the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Thrifty White Drug, where your healthy outcomes are our priority.
Drug Intermission Report. We're now joined by the legend Larry McFall. And Larry, you've got quite the story. The last time, maybe not the last time, but one of the times that you were at Quinton Burdick Arena here in Devils Lake. Tell us a little bit about what happened on that November night about 20 years ago.
Well, it wasn't my last time there. I've announced since then, but Rob Hall and I were scared to go back in that building in 2003 or whatever it was. I'll tell you that much. Well, Scott Duke and I, and for you folks that know Scott and I back at that time 20 years ago, we could get a little lippy. And we went into the rink with Craig Hansen, who now lives in Bismarck. And we were just going to mind our own business and watch a big Minot High Devils Lake battle, because Devils Lake, Nick, had a real good team that year. And we walked on in past the stands first. And back at that time, Charlie Fox and Tony Swearingen were the radio guys. And I guess Charlie immediately told all the listeners in Minot, McFall and Duke are in the building, you know, who knows what to expect tonight. Well, of course, we didn't know that he had said that, but it was almost like it was scribed. And over in the far corner, there was nobody sitting down from the players' benches. So that's where we decided to roost. And we sat down there, goal line extended. Devils Lake had a goaltender named Brent Thompson. And he was really good that year. Brent Johnston. And Duke decides to give him a little razzing in warm-ups and starts yelling, "We're coming, look out, Brett, because the Magi are coming, you better look out." And of course that turned into your normal Civ chants and all the other stuff during the first period. And all of a sudden he'd start skating up to the cheering section over there, the main cheering section. He'd talk to these kids every whistle. We're going like, "What's he doing?" And by the way, Dave Zimmerman was coaching in Devils Lake at that time, good friend of ours. He's sitting with us, so it's us four. All of a sudden, the whole student section gets up. I'd say 150 kids, and they come walking around, and they surround us in the crowd. Well, this was 20 years ago, so I was 39 years old, being surrounded by about 100 high school kids. And they started just ragging us and throwing pennies and dimes and nickels at us. And I was getting hit in the earlobe with quarters and dimes. And if you've ever had that, Nick, have you ever had that happen to you?
No, I don't recall it.
Yeah, it hurts. When you get coins hitting your head and your ears, it hurts. So they're all around us, and the goalie instigated the whole thing, sending them over. And then he would skate by, and he'd tap on his butt when he'd skate by us. And he was making some other derogatory things that we can't talk about on the air towards us that only we could see, because he was hiding it with his glove and his deflector away from everybody else. Well, we're just getting razzed. So David Zimmerman goes, "Out of here. I coach here. I can't be part of this." So Dave takes off. Craig Hansen was reffing at that time in Minot. He doesn't have no part of it, so he's gone. So now it's my buddy Dookie and I against the world. And we've got all these kids around us, and now it's getting to where it's physical. The row right behind me is kneeing me in the back. And so finally, this one guy goes, "Hey," he goes, "you guys want to go and talk about this outside the back door back there?" And the kid points at the back door. A lot of you fans will be familiar with the Burdick Arena. And Duke, of course, "Yeah, let's go." And I'm like, Scott, they could be out there with 10 walking dead baseball bats for all we know. I'm not going out the back door. So,
That's part one of that story at the second intermission, brought to you by Thrifty White Drug. You'll hear how it ends. Larry McFall, the legend. Unfortunately, Larry couldn't be on the air with us tonight. Neither could Tony Swearinge, and hopefully those guys will be able to join us soon for another Magicians hockey broadcast. Stick around for the Thrifty White Drug second intermission report to hear how that story ends. It is quite the beauty. It's Larry McFall. This is the Thrifty White Drug intermission report. This is Minot High Magicians hockey. Scoreless at the end of one. Shots on goal in the first period. Minot High peppering Devils Lake 15-7. The official shots on goal. Magi return to the ice, led by sophomore netkeeper Jordan Love. Minot High in those maroon uniforms. They come back to get ready for the second. No sign of Devils Lake yet. We'll break aside one more time. When we come back, we'll get geared up and ready for the middle frame. This is Minot High Magicians hockey.
Presentation of Minot High Hockey is brought to you by First Western Bank and Trust, Premier Chiropractic, Tecta America Dakotas, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Surf Valley Dental, Cadova Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Vivetto Orthodontics, Elevation, Pro Style Production DJ Services, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, and Planet Pizza.
I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Time for our second period of play of Minot High Magicians hockey. Game number 3 of the season, period number 2 of game 3. It's an East vs. West showdown. If you're just joining us tonight, look out, puck up into the seats. That one came flying right towards me. Look out. Didn't quite get here. Kids go running and a souvenir finds a fan 5 seconds in. Scoreless at the end of one. Minot High here in Devils Lake. Kind of rattled. That one came right. My reflexes had a hand in a pocket. Look out. Face-off will be on the blocker side of Regan Rulli, the Devils Lake net keeper. Shots were 15-7 in the first. Setting up the second period for you, by the way. Minot High from the right to the left here in the middle frame. Left to the right are the Firebirds from Devils Lake. Underway in the second. Puck comes out to center on the near wall at neutral. Taken by Patrick Hyde. He had the puck stripped from him by Reslock. Reslock takes it down into the corner. And now Patrick Hyde will be whistled for what will the call be here on Patrick Hyde. We'll have to wait and see. Holding is the call on Hyde. And Minot High goes shorthanded for the first time here tonight. Well, Larry McFall at the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report talked about the student section being rowdy here in Devils Lake. Well, I guarantee you one thing hasn't changed in 20 years. One of the better student sections across North Dakota for high school hockey. They're rowdy tonight on a Thursday night. Just about 10 feet from me, right to my right. And they're all on their feet, making it hard to see in the glove hand corner of Jordan Love, forgive me. Part of the elements of high school hockey, gotta love it. A lot of fun. Underneath the net, here's Lava, the captain of the team. Dropped it back underneath the goal line. Worked away down to Craig Peterson. Top of the circle. Pushed out to the point. That one escapes the zone. Riley Rude has to come back to retrieve in his own territory. Rude's got it back after he gave it away to Schwab. Now at neutral. Here comes Reslock. Back in. Lovin 2 feet off sides. Has to wait for Craig Peterson to come out of the zone and touch up. Now Lovin's in with it. Lovin's going to walk down into the far corner. Blocker side of Love. 1 minute, 15 seconds remains on the Devils Lake power play as the puck is flipped up and out of play back in behind Love on the blocker side. 15:45 to play in the middle period. Well, Jen Stokey in his 4th season as the Firebirds head coach. Devils Lake qualified for the state tournament last year again. After compiling a 16-10 overall record, they were 8-6 inside the East region. Got to the state tournament where they matched up with Bismarck High, and Bismarck High took about 4-2. Following day was Bismarck Century that ended their season 5-4. Wyatt Ness, the goalkeeper last year, was busy for the Firebirds. I thought he had some potential to go on to the next level. He decided just to go to college and hang up the skates. That's where Ruley comes into play now. Another good goalkeeper here for Devils Lake. Offsides on the call. Whistle doesn't blow as the Firebirds take it down into the offensive zone. Bushy back in behind the net. Kind of ref like a men's league game tonight. They're just letting them play. 30 seconds left here on the power play. Puck on the far side, half ball. Bushy underneath the net, worked away to the near side wing. Martinson trying to handle for it to throw it in front of the net. Taken away here by Plemmel. And Plemmel fires it out to center, and this puck will roll all the way back into the offensive zone for the Magi. Should just about do it for the power play here for the Firebirds. Only 10 seconds remains on the man advantage. Puck hammered through neutral ice and in with it. This will be Blair Martinson. Maybe one more shot on the man advantage. He walks it, turns it, fires, hit traffic off of Peterson, and now Hyde's fresh out of the box. But the Firebirds have control in the offensive zone. Away to the near wing. Hyde out of the penalty box, brings it up to center. It's a 3-on-2 for the Magi. Hyde skates in, turns it towards the net. Look out, Hyde's going to run into the goaltender. And now there's going to be some extra as Hyde, on his way to the ice, ran right into Ruley. Net came off the moorings. Ruley still down. That big number 16, Carson Lovin, went after Hyde. Not too aggressively, but got in there to let Hyde know he was there. Hyde's going to go to the bench. He just lost an edge, but he might have had a cross-check for the Devils Lake net keeper. Fans are at volume, and the referee's talking over. 14:20 left in the second. Gotta like that edge from Patrick Hyde. Regan Ruley isn't a big fan of it. He's going to skate in that number 30 uniform over to the corner. Blocker came off on the play, still without that. Now he's got it back on, courtesy of Lovin. Officials still talking it over. They're just going to talk it over in the dot over here. And it looks like Minot High is going to go shorthanded again. Referees bring it into the referee circle. And they have a conversation with 14:20 left in the second. Faceoff will be on the blocker side of Regan Ruley. Will Minot High be shorthanded again? And if not, or if so, I believe that would be the wrong call. Come on, fellas. We got places to be here. They're going to talk it over some more. Here comes the captain of the Firebirds. He comes over. Now Logan Broughton's going to skate over. So the captains are at the referee circle. Tick-tock, tick-tock. You guys are on the clock here. They're obviously getting paid by the hour. Minot High coaching staff over at the Minot High bench. They lean back in those gray Adidas jackets. John Grubb has one arm up on the bench. Willert and Bennett both have their hands in their pockets. Minot High looks onward, as do the Firebirds. Referees come up with their answer of whatever that's going to be, and it's just going to be a face-off at the neutral ice zone. And Patrick Hyde seems to be maybe having some words with some of the players on the Devils Lake bench. So after that whole conversation, we just skate 5-on-5. We just bring the face-off out to center ice. 14:17 to play here in the second. Minot High at center ice with Fillion. Way to Nick Murphy. Murphy's into the zone, sends it back underneath the goal. Offensive zone for the Magi, but it's the Firebirds with control. One of the refs on the far wall got taken out in the way again. Handled now by Broughton, comes back up to the blue line. Way down out of the tape here, came for Philly, and he has to regroup at center. He pushes it back to Logan Broughton, who's dead center in his defensive zone. Takes it and bumps it off the near side wall. This is the right side of the radio dial. Puck squirts out to center, and now it comes back to Peterson, who's got it top of the circle in his own D end. Peterson trying to clear it up out to neutral ice from his own D end in front of the Devils Lake bench. Now the Firebirds have it with Stubby, walks in, fired it just wide of the glove side. 13:25 to play here in the second. Murphy run into there by Carter Schwab. Murphy sends it in from center. Ruley out to play it. Back in behind the net. Now the Firebirds trying to clear their own end. on the forecheck. Bergerud, puck hammered, length to the ice. This will go down for an icing. And with 13:05 to play here, the second, still a scoreless hockey game. Well, talking about last year, Minot High compiled a pretty good record as well. They were 15-10, 10-3-1 in the West region, for 38 points. Minot High finishing second in the West. Bismarck High, of course, last year went perfect at 13-0. It was Century that was 9-4-1, finishing third. Dickinson finished fourth. Those are the teams that qualified for the tournament as well. Here comes the student section again for the Firebirds. 12:50 to play here in the second. Shots were 15-7 in the first. Minot High had the advantage. Hertz from center ice, hammers it in. Ruli's out to play it. Deal on the forecheck. Sent in front of the net. No one home for the Magi as the net keeper was out to play it. Comes all the way back out to center. Hertz has it again. And the dump and chase drill is on for the Magi as Bergerud goes in after it. Comes away to oppose to center slot. Loose there. Taken away. It's handled again by 7 Riley Rude. Rude pushes it up to center. Now the Magicians back in with it. Here's Opposda. It's all of a sudden a 3-on-1. Sent in front of the net. That one goes off a Deal. Deal's got it. He tries to work it back to the point. Away to the near side wing. Deal reached up and grabbed his chin after he crossed into the offensive zone. Might have got jarred with one there. Puck goes up over the net into the protective mesh behind the goaltender Jordan Love. And with 12:03 to play in the second, the faceoff comes back out to neutral. Well, Mason Deal's going right over to the far side of the bench. Deal in some pain after he took a high stick crossing over into the offensive territory. Looks like Deal will be all right. Face-off on Jordan Love's blocker side. And a stop after the puck was dropped. Referees are going to say that the wingers closest to us were not in position for the opening draw here. Not the opening draw, from the draw, I should say. Off the draw. Puck is knocked down by the Magi in the D end. Then Davis sends it in from center after he went knee to knee there with Jeremiah Hill. And will we get a power play coming here for the Magi, or what is the call here? 11:50 to play in the second, still scoreless. I vowed to take it easy on the Zebras from here on out after a couple years ago, and I had the old sit down from the referees. I respect all referees. Let me tell you, I'm up here in the booth. I'm not going down there. It's not easy skating without a stick, and I don't want to go down there and get hit with pucks without pads on. I took enough of those playing goal my whole life. I do have to say these fellas here tonight might not be my pick for the West Region or East Region or state tournaments in 2017, 2018, to say it politely. Abrahamson in with it. Takes it down underneath the net. Offensive zone, far wing. Comes back up to the point. Logan Broughton's got it half wall. Turns it towards the goal. No one home. Puck taken down by the Firebirds. They're out to center with Reslock. And Reslock just hammers in. Blocker side of Jordan Love. Picking it up now for the Magi. Logan Broughton trying to move it ahead forward. Can't quite do it. Puck sent right back in by the Firebirds and up and out of play. Faceoff will come back to the neutralized zone again with 11:09 to play here in the second. Well, Quinton Burdick Arena here in Devils Lake has short glass all the way around, even behind the goal cages, causing that puck to go up and out of play a few more times, maybe the normal here tonight. That's why the faceoff comes outside the zone, right in front of the Devils Lake bench on the far side of the ice. It's Nelson in on the draw. Forward it comes. And center ice, puck controlled by the Firebirds. They send it in. Bryce Borkus on the ice now for the Magi. Shift here for Borkus as it comes all the way down. That will be an icing. His first game as a varsity player tonight. 10:53 to play here in the second. Talking about pucks flying up towards the press box back. Geez, it must have been about 10 years ago. His uncle Brent and I were calling Bismarck Bobcats games on Super Talk 1270 in Bismarck. Player by the name of Andy Dittis, who played for Minot High, was playing for the FM Jets. He walked out of the defensive zone at the VFW Sports Center, lasered one over the glass, and went right between Brent Borkus and I standing in the press box. Icing on the play, by the way, with 10:43 to play in the second. Dittis rifled that puck, and it went right in between Brent and I, eye level, and hit the beam right behind us. And I don't know if I've ever laughed that hard during a broadcast in my life as that night that Brent Borkus, Bryce's uncle, looked at me with eyes about the size of watermelons, looking at me going, oh my. Borkus trying to clear it out to center. Moved it to the blue line, but it was held in there by Riley Rude. Back underneath the net, blocker, sign of love. Right side of the radio dial. Magi and Plemmel trying to work it out now. To help him out, back in behind is Haberman. Haberman takes it behind the net, referee in the way again. Puck comes away to the near side wing. Back down into the corner. Haberman on the retrieve after it was dumped back in from center. Here come the Magi out to center with Borkus. He crosses over the red line. Firebirds get it back, and now they're in with it, turning towards the net. One was fired in from Sinker. Went off of Haberman, and the rolling puck is in the corner where Haberman has it pinned up now underneath the bottom of the circle. 9:55 to play here in the second. Neither team able to find a way to score tonight. Minot High rolls this one down the length of the ice, and an icing will be called as the faceoff will come back on Love's blocker side. Just under 10 to play in the second. Scoreless game. Both teams' goaltenders getting a workout here tonight. Devils Lake's net keeper Regan Ruley a bit more of a workout than Jordan Love maybe, but Love standing tall there in his first ever varsity appearance. Filling it out to take the draw for the Magi. Wins it cleanly back to Peterson. Pushed away down to Logan Broughton on the near side wing. Trying to go up to center ice. He does. Back over to Nick Murphy. Minot High dumps in from center. Cross corner. It comes from the near wall all the way to the far side. Right by the Zamboni doors. It's going to be sent up to the point. Peterson holds the line. Sends it back away. Murphy trying to handle here. Fillion gets it momentarily. And now Peterson steps in. Bottom of the circle it comes where it goes back away to Fillion. He'll hit the brakes. Makes a move over there underneath the goal line. Fillion to Murphy. Shoot in front. One-timer on the play. Intended for Hunter Culp. He just couldn't execute it. Puck comes back out to neutral ice. Excellent play, though, from the Magi as they get it back at center, and it's Fillion that dumps it down. 9 minutes, 5 seconds to play here in the second. Logan Broughton regrouping at center. Back over the red line. Takes it and fires it down to the corner. Ruley out to play it. Steps in behind the net. Mason Deal has it now, and Deal, the point leader for the Magi, walks out. Center slot. Deal turns, fires off the blocker. The stop was made from Ruley. Being worked on as Hunter Culp in front of the net. Took a high stick from Grafsgaard. No call on the play. Comes back over to Deal. Deal battling for it near side. Peterson handles. Sends it back in at the half wall. Firebirds trying to move it away forward. And now Devils Lake trying to push out to center. They do. And Logan Broughton back on the retrieve. Broughton has to come back behind his own net to pick it up here. 8:20 to play here in the second. Magi to center. Logan Broughton trying to take it coast to coast. Skates in with it. He does just that, but it's taken by the Firebirds. They move it out to center ice, and now with a head of steam, here's Craig Peterson. Peterson brings it in front of the Minot High net. Dropped down. Hyde's got it back, and Patrick Hyde takes it back in behind Jordan Love. Trying to clear it ahead forward was Hyde. Got it up to Abrahamson. Trying to clear the zone, still are the Magi. Puck comes out to center. Handled here by Carter Schwab, and he sends it in. And now a stop in the play. And not exactly sure what this one will be here. They're going to blow it dead at center, and the faceoff is going to come back on the other side of the neutral ice zone. Faceoff will be taken right in front of the Minot High bench. Swear it'd be nice to have Tony Swearingen with me on a night like tonight. I'm not sure what the call was there or why the faceoff would come all the way back over in front of the Magi end. Magi bench, I should say. 7:45 to play here in the second. Here come the Firebirds. Back get him on in high territory. Bushy's the first one into the corner. He's met there by Hertz. Minot High takes the puck away, and they start their rush out to center ice. Abrahamson knee to knee, no call on the play. And now the tripping will be called as Abrahamson drew it. I put my arm in the air. Camden Schwab go to the sin bin on the tripping call. And here come the Magi on the power play with 7:30 to play here in the second. 2-minute power play, the second of the night for the Magi. Can they get something on the board? It would be the first goal of the night if they could. Opposed him with Davis. Bergrud's out there. Peterson's out there along with Hertz. Faceoff will be taken on the glove side of Ruley. Place not at capacity tonight. But it's loud in here. Shot comes away from Davis. Blocker side, went wide. Peterson has it, shuffles it down to the corner, walking out Bergerud. Bergerud sends it in front of the net. Bergerud runs right into a post to make that Davis. It's freed there for the Firebirds, and they clear it out to center. At center, right in front of the penalty box, it's Peterson. Bumps it away. Now Opposda's in over the line. Top of the circle. Opposda sends it in. Blocker save is made there from Ruley. Out of the corner. Cubs, Brent Davis takes it to the glove side. Trying to force it up the middle. No one home. Puck wrapped around the near side wall. All the way back up at the point. Peterson has it. Comes back away to the near side wing. And now it's going to be taken by the Firebirds and sent out to center. Hertz dropped it back. At neutral ice, Opposda freed it back away to Davis. Davis tried to force it again on the near side wing, and the puck comes back away to Hertz, back in his own territory. Hertz moved it away up the near side wall, comes away to Davis, and Davis is in with it. 58 seconds on the power play. Deals out there now with Vile. So two new skaters up front. Hyde's back at the point along with Broughton. So a 4-for-5 change on the power play here for the Magi, and they get to reset the table here with 45 seconds to play on the power play. It's Hyde back in behind his own net to set it up. 6 minutes, 8 seconds to play in the second. Either team has scored. Here come the Magi. Trying to break the goose eggs on the board as Broughton goes coast to coast. Loose in front. Abraham's a backdoor feed. That drive came in. The stick save was made. Puck comes all the way back down. Love out to the corner to play it. Bottom of the circle, left it over there for Hyde. One man aggressive is Cole Sinker for the Firebirds as Hyde moves it up to center ice. 15 seconds on the man advantage. Hyde couldn't connect with Vile. Look out, breakaway back the other way. Short-handed Sinker in. Hyde is back, and Hyde takes it away. What a play from Patrick Hyde. He caused the turnover, then he came back and regrouped. Now a stop in the play, and the faceoff will come back in Minot High territory. Not sure what the whistle was here, but the faceoff comes back on Jordan Love's glove side. Net off the moorings, maybe. I'm not sure what the break of the play was for. Patrick Hyde made an excellent play on that last rush up the ice. He coughed the puck over on the power play. And then the next thing you know, he rushed back into his defensive zone. Gets the puck back, takes it away. Closes out the power play, however, for the Magi. They're 0 for 2 tonight on the man advantage. Listen to that student section. Offensive zone for the Magi. Quick shot on goal. That one from Borkus. Went off the side of the net and wide. Comes back away to the near side wing. Offensive zone. Out to center ice. Peterson with a backhand sends it into the offensive territory. But it's picked up here by Schwab. And Schwab steps in with it over the top of the circle. Turning it towards the net. Dropped down on Love's blocker side. Puck is set up out of the corner. There's Peterson with a big hit over there. Puck goes up into the protective mesh. And a stop of the play with 4:42 to play in the second. Scoreless tilt still at Verdict Arena. Student section is rowdy here tonight. We'll wait and hear what the shots on goal are at the end of the second period in our Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. They're 15-7 at the start of the second period. More Minot High here in the seconds. Just been an announcement inside Verdict Arena about Mark Bigley, the voice of Devils Lake Athletics. Not sure what it was. I was unable to hear it, but he got a standing ovation. Hopefully something maybe with the words Hall of Fame included. Patrick Hyde had a hit behind the Devils Lake net that was worth price of admission. Sent for the ride was Carter Schwab. Stop in the play as the puck goes into the Devils Lake bench, and Patrick Hyde throwing the weight around. 4:15 to play here in the second. Still a scoreless hockey game. Yeah, Mark Bigley, the voice of Devils Lake Athletics, one of the best in the business in North Dakota. Whatever it was, drew the fans to their feet. We'll have to talk to Mr. Bigley after the action here tonight. Broughton launches this one all the way down about 170 feet. That's at icing. So a faceoff coming back on Jordan Love's blocker side. Next up for the Magi, they've got a week to rest and to practice to get ready for Bismarck Century next Thursday night. That game in Bismarck. We'll have the pregame for you on 1390 KRRZ. I believe it's a 7:15 start, so we'll go at 6:55 for the Planet Pizza pregame show. Minot High trying to clear their own end. Can't quite do it. Puck comes back away down to the corner off of Blair Martinson. Now the Magicians have it with Broughton up the near side wall. Off to Davis. Out to center. Has Vial streaking. Vial's going to walk in with it. Vial takes the top of the circle. Turns it back towards the point. Onto the backhand now. Brings it back away near side. Now handling. Broughton sends it in. The stop is made into the butterfly. Again goes Regan Ruley. And he hangs on to it. Face-off coming on his blocker side. 3 minutes, 38 seconds to play here in the second. When will the levee break on either side of the rink tonight? Off the draw, Abrahamson was in on it. Face-off won by the Magi. Broughton at the point, sends it back in. Vial across the point. It comes over to Peterson. Peterson whistles a wrister in. Goes back to Vial underneath the net. He works the top of the circle. Todrag walks out, sends it in. He scores. Oh, baby. What a play that was. Jakey Vial, second of the year, took it out of the corner. He made a fancy toe drag like he was putting peanut butter on toast, gets to the top of the circle and unleashes a wrister that finds the top shelf right to grab his cookie jar. Put the peanut butter back, kid. It's 1-0. Excellent play from Jake Vial to put the Magicians in the driver's seat. 3:23 left in the second. 1-0 Minot High. We'll see if Vial gets credit with an unassisted goal. That would be my guess. We'll have to listen in. That was beautiful. Here come the Magicians again. Opposed off to Deal into the offensive zone. That toe drag, I'm telling you what, folks, that was next level stuff. And then he finishes it off by going right to the top shelf. If you're not that familiar with hockey, if you can go upstairs like that, hit the bar and put it in, it's pretty special. Kind of like the icing on the cake, if you will. Plenty of frosting on that one. 2:48 to play here in the second. Still 1-0 Minot High as Hyde crosses over center. He's back in with it. Now the Magi bring it down. Sent in front. Ruley stick checked it away to the corner. Let's listen in. So Davis gets an assist on Jake Vial, second of the year. As Devils Lake goes to the bench for a change, Minot High is going to take some time to move it ahead forward. Jake Vial for Brent Davis. And it's 1-0 Magi. Puck at center ice. Handled away to the near side wing. Trying to get a handle on another Magicians back underneath their own net. Hyde takes it. He'll wrap it all the way around. Puck goes into the offensive zone underneath the bottom of the circle. That was on Ruley's glove side. Now the puck whistled the length of the ice again with 1:48 to play here in the second. A stop in the play. That's an icing on the Firebirds. Special thanks once again to all those sponsors that make Magicians hockey possible on 1390 KRRZ and, of course, at the Pro Style Production YouTube page. You hear those sponsors listed during the broadcast. We'd sure appreciate if you let those sponsors know that you appreciate them for sponsoring Minot High Magicians hockey. Patronize those places if you would, folks. Let them know you like hearing Magicians hockey broadcasted for another season. Tradition continues. 1:38 to play here in the second. Jake Vial, second of the year, has the Magi up by a score of 1-0. The back the other way, and Lovin's in. He turns it up. He fires it up and over the head of Love. That one goes up and into the protective mesh behind the net. That thing teed up with the pitching wedge as the wrister. I don't think anybody touched that for Minot High. That puck should come out of the neutral zone for the face-off, but we're going to face it off on Love's blocker side. Didn't matter. Peterson won the draw, and he sends it away near side to Murphy. Nick Murphy flutters one up to center. Offensive zone it comes. Here's Peyton Fillion. Center slot. Tried to move it back away, but it's taken there by the Firebirds, and here comes Riley Rude. He brought it to center. Peterson sent it right back in. Back behind the Devils Lake net. Murphy had a handle on it momentarily. Puck comes to the point. Drive comes in. Hit the outside of the iron. And the stop is made after Broughton sent it in. The blind goalkeeper. There's a 1-minute call. Thank you. The blind goalkeeper from the point screened. Hit the outside of the iron. Then he gobbled it up with the glove after the carom came right to him. 58.4 seconds to play here in the second. Magi up by a goal. Face-off off the draw, save, rebound, loose in front of the blue paint, still loose. Puck is loose on the side of the net. Vile bidding for his second tonight. Hyde pinches in. Vile's down there right at the half wall. Now Hyde out of the corner, comes back to Davis, now back to Vile again. Center slot, Vile turns it towards the net, still loose, back at the point. Hertz has it, unloads a wrister, loose in front of the net, shot, score! Down to an E. Brett Davis puts it home, and it's 2-0 Magi. Brett Davis is going to be assisted, I believe, by Abrahamson. And it's a 2-0 hockey game here at Burdick Arena. 34 seconds remaining in the period. Davis's second point of the night. Let's wait and hear who the assist is from. Flurry in front of them. Devils Lake net, however, resulted in a Minot High goal. The second of the second period. They want more. Here they come again. Davis is in with it. Turns it towards the net. That one whistled up and over the glove. Back out to center. Hertz on the retrieve. Comes back away to Hyde on the near side boards. 6 seconds to play in the period. Cut them down. 4, 3, 2, 1. And at the end of 2 periods played, the Magi are up by 2. It's 2-0 at the end of 2. Let's listen in. So Hyde and Vile got the assist on the play. And it's 2-0 at the end of 2 periods. Playing emotion starting to brew here in Devils Lake in the East vs. West showdown. We'll wait for the shots on goal to come. In the meantime, let's head to our Thrifty White Drug intermission report. We'll hear from Jordan Willert in just a moment. We'll hear the rest of that Larry McFall story. It's a good one. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey. Magi up by a score of 2-0 at the end of 2 periods played.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanam. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
It's time for the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Thrifty White Drug, where your healthy outcomes are our priority.
2-0 at the end of 2 periods played. Minot High has taken the lead after the second. Nick Kohlberg here for the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. We've got Jordan Willard, ice level. Coach, the first period ended in a stalemate 0-0 at the end of 2. Minot High is up by a score of 2-0. First things first, how beautiful was that play from Jake Vile? How about the toe drag and the finish from your senior assistant captain? That was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it was a thing of beauty. It's something you come to expect from, a Jake Vile. He's a big-time player. He's a kid the other night. He asked somebody to get a goal. He went out and found one. Tonight, same thing on the bench. Who's going to get the first one? Jakey goes out, makes a heck of a play and finishes it off. And, like I said, it's to be expected. And then, you got another senior forward, one of the wings flanking Jakey, Brett Davis, battling hard in front of the net, happens to find a puck and finishes it. And, You know, you end period 2 better than you started it.
What do you do about some of that sloppy play there for the first, I don't know, you'd say maybe 10 minutes of that period? Is there any way you can correct that? Are you guys going X's and O's in the locker room to try to adjust some of that stuff at the end of 2?
I mean, I think the guys just need to settle down a little bit. I mean, the puck's kind of bouncing around here, but I mean, you got to give Devils Lake a little bit of credit. They got guys that skate extremely hard. You know, they're on top of you real quick, and you know, coming off a game, you know, we had the other day where you know things were easy sometimes around the ice. I think you know you just need the guys to slow down, make the quick, easy play instead of being looking for the home run. And I think after about the 10-12 minute mark, it got better.
What do you do here in the third period to finish this one off and move to 2-1 overall?
Well, I think it's little things become big things. You got to get pucks in, you got to get pucks out, you got to block shots, you need to have a third guy high. You know, just all the little things you preach as a hockey coach, and just finish it off. But same thing I said the other night: compete and hard work.
Sure appreciate you if you join us for the Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show right where you're at after the hockey game, if you don't mind.
Sounds good, Nick. We'll talk to you then.
That's Jordan Willert, the assistant coach of the Magi. After 2 periods played, Minot High's up by a score of 2-0. We'll have the recap of the scoring. We'll have the stats from the period. But first, we'll hear from Larry McFall to finish the story that he told at the end of our first period, talking about 20 years ago when the student section here in Devils Lake kind of got all over Mr. McFall. The finale of that story comes up next. It's 2-0 at the end of 2 periods played. Minot High with the lead. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
The areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Planet Pizza. 4 systems go for lunch. 3 when supper time's a crunch. 2 T-minus now it's time 1 for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
I love that space.
Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This broadcast presentation of Minot High Hockey is brought to you by First Western Bank and Trust, Premier Chiropractic, Tecta America Dakotas, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Surf Valley Dental, Cadova Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Vivetto Orthodontics, Elevation, Pro Style Production DJ Services, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, and Planet Pizza.
We're just getting abused. Game goes into overtime. And Anthony Aspis was Minot's goalie, and we're just both going, boy, Minot's got to score. If Minot doesn't score, we are going to get destroyed. If Minot scores, maybe it'll pan out a little better for us. Minot gets scored on. Devils Lake wins the game. The whole place goes nuts, and we get hit with popcorn boxes, pop cups, stuff's just flying at us, just getting nailed, you know. So finally, the kids are going to start leaving the rink, and so we didn't know where to go. Well, Duke goes, "What should we do?" I go, "Well, we got three options. A, we stand here until everybody else leaves the building. B, we go down to the lobby and get chastised by all the parents and everybody that have been watching this fiasco all night. In fact, a bunch of Minot parents that next week was, "Yeah, we saw you guys down there. You're really getting heckled." I go, "Well, yeah, thanks for coming over and helping us out, you know." And the second option was to go outside and get beat up with the baseball bats that I'm assuming are out there. So we decided to hold our ground and just wait till the building cleared out. So as that was going on, we got the Devils Lake cheerleaders coming by and letting us all, Scott and I, know that we were number one, every one of them, you know, and I'm like, "Oh, good spirit, girls, you know, way to go, you know, thanks for calling us number one." And then finally this one guy comes up in a Devils Lake jacket and asks us what was going on and what the situation was. Turns out he was an administrator from Devils Lake. And we just said, "Hey, we were ragging the goalie a little bit and ripping him, and before you know it, the whole building came over and it got ugly. And, you know, I don't think we deserved what we got." And he wrote down our names, and he was going to investigate further, you know. So CSI Devils Lake was on us at the game. And then, so we finally opt to go out the back door. So we go walking out the back door because I couldn't talk Duke out of it. Fortunately, there was nobody standing there. And then as we walked around the building towards the football field where our car was, I got hit by what do they used to call them at 7-Eleven, like the big gulp? It was at least a 64-ounce drink hit me in the chest and exploded. And I had pop all over me. And we disgracefully got booed out of town. So we just want to get on the road and go. And 3 cars are following us. And, of course, Duke wants to stop at Hardee's. I go, "Scott, that's a bad idea." But we go to the Hardee's drive-up. All the cars in front of us and all the cars behind us were kids that were involved in the melee. And so now we're trapped in the Hardee's drive-up with all these kids yelling at us and booing us and throwing stuff at our car. And so we made it out of the drive-up finally and came back home. And unfortunately, Nick, the story doesn't end there, as it continued to the state tournament and the West Regional in Minot the week before that. So story to be continued at a later date.
Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Planet Pizza. All systems go for lunch. Frequent supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
I love that space.
Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This broadcast presentation of Minot High Hockey is brought to you by...
Time for a third period of play here in Devils Lake on a Thursday night. The East First West Showdown tonight. Sure appreciate you for joining us on the Magi Hockey Broadcast Network. Minot High from the left to the right here for the third period. Right to the left for the Devils Lake Firebirds. Had some more time on the clock. They took it off, and we're set to play to start our third period. Off the opening draw, the third. Devils Lake's in. A drive, a stop from Jordan Love, and Minot High takes it right back out to center. Here's Bergerud. Bergerud walks in. Fancy move. Bergerud trying to get around him and couldn't quite make it happen. And Mason Deal on the far side wing has control. Deal just dumps it away. Top of the circle. It comes into the possession there of 12. Craig Peterson. And Peterson moves it over center ice where it comes to the captain, Carson Lovin, and Lovin sends it back in behind Jordan Love, the Minot High net keeper. 45 seconds into period number 3. Minot High up 2-0. Rolling puck comes all the way down. That will give us a chance on the icing to tell you who the goals were from in the second. Nobody scored in the first, by the way. Minot High led the shot category 15-7 after 1. Minot High puts up a blank on the Devils Lake side of the score sheet for shots in the second. Minot High out shooting the Firebirds 8-0 in the middle frame, and they scored twice. 3:23 left in the period. It was Jake Vial on a filthy one from Brett Davis. Then Davis gets his own from Hyde and Vial. That was with 34 seconds remaining in the second period. Place comes to volume again. Devils Lake in front of the Minot High net, batting at it with two forwards down low. Sinker's one of them. Now back underneath the net. Big hit under there, underneath the goal line from Logan Broughton. Puck comes away back at the half wall. 15:50 to play here in the third. Minot High up by a pair of goals. Logan Broughton back in behind the net. Student section from Devils Lake almost too loud to even think with this headset on. Puck comes back into the offensive zone. Vial walked across the blue line. Vial back on the back check now. Big hit from Vial on the far side wall right in front of the Devils Lake bench. He sent Nolan Bushy for a ride, and the Magi are back in with Abrahamson. Abrahamson back to Vial out of the corner. Sends it up to Hyde, top of the circle with real estate. Turns it towards the goal. Waffle board save there from the net keeper. Comes back away to Abrahamson. He'll twist one towards the net. And the glove save comes up with the Von Leather, and hanging tight to it is Ruley. The faceoff will be on his blocker side. Huge thanks again to all those sponsors that make Minot High Magicians hockey possible on 1390 KRRZ and on the World Wide Web through the Pro Style Production YouTube page. So again, we ask if you please patronize those sponsors of Magi Hockey. Let them know you sure appreciate hearing the games. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Nick Murphy threw it in front of the net, trying to tuck it home. In front of the cage did Fillion. Puck tied up at the top of the circle in the offensive zone on the near wall. Handled by the Firebirds, and a big hit there from Patrick Hyde. And Hyde runs into skater number 2, Josh White. And now Hyde's going to the box. What will the call be here? 2 minutes interference. 14:52 to play in the third. Here comes the Devils Lake power play. Special thanks to First Western Bank and Trust, Premier Chiropractic, Planet Pizza, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Zurich Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, which delivers the postgame show coming up after the action here tonight. We'll have our Minot's finest collision center stars of the game for you after the postgame show or in the postgame show. Here's Fillion launching it all the way down the length of the ice here. The penalty kill for the Magi. 20 seconds wears off the power play time for the Firebirds. 14:26 to play here in this third period. Lovin back in. Lovin makes a move. Lovin goes down to the ice. Hertz is on top of him. Puck comes back away underneath the net. Underneath the goal line now. Puck worked away back behind on the blockers side of Love. Down to the glove side. Back to the point it comes. Handling here with it is Riley Rude. Hooked in front. That one knocked away by Love, and it comes all the way down the length of the ice after Broughton cleared it 200 feet. That does it for the first minute of the power play here for the Firebirds. Down to the final minute to play on the man advantage. Minot High shorthanded with 13:48 to play in a 2-0 third period. Minot High with the lead, by the way. Puck comes up over center ice. Here comes Camden Schwab. He walks in, sends it towards the net and wide. Comes away on the near side wall. It's Haberman that takes it and launches it all the way down. Out to play it, Ruley with a backhand. Sent it around the wall on the far side. Comes away back over to Blake Nelson. One-man aggressive on the penalty kill is Nelson on the far side wall, causing some trouble there. Nolan Bushy panicked with it, threw it right up to center ice, and now it's loose at center where it comes back to Peterson. Here's Peterson shorthanded for the Magi. Dodges a check, takes it down to the corner. Peterson hits the brakes, has Plemmel in front of the net calling for it, can't get a handle to it. Now it comes back the other way here for Nolan Bushy, who's out to center ice where Cole Sinker handles, and Sinker sends it in. Way to the near side wing. Plemmel trying to clear the zone for the Magi. Now it comes back up. Here's Deal 1-on-4. Back in. Deal turns it towards the net. Deal shoots. Shot on goal. That one is turned aside by Ruley, and then it goes up and into the protective mesh. Deal kind of misfired on the first one. He threw it towards, went to fire. Got his own rebound back. I don't know if it hit a shin pad or he miscued. Then he put it off the goaltender's stick. Excuse me. Face-off controlled by the Magi. Back to retrieve is Hertz. Coming back into his own territory. Hertz out of the backhand. Sent it over to Hyde. Trying to clear the zone. Minot High is perfect on the kill tonight. They go back to 5-on-5. Puck comes back underneath the Minot High goal line. Leg call coming. Who's this going to be on? It's going to be on the Magi. Now it's a tripping call. And who will this be on? Tatum Hertz goes back to the sin bin, or goes to the sin bin for the first time tonight, but the Magicians back to the kill. Hertz on the 2-minute tripping call. This will put Devils Lake back to the power play. Face off on Love's blocker side. 12:25 to play here in the third period. Minot High up 2-0 on a pair of goals. One from Vile, one from Davis. They assist on each other's goals, and then Hyde's got the extra assist. Puck comes back up to the point. Sent back away down low. Devils Lake setting up shop on the power play. Bottom of the circle, far wing, left side of the radio dial. Underneath the net, now to the near side wing. At the goal line, work back away underneath on Love's glove side it comes. Out with it. Broughton ties up a man underneath the goal line. Puck comes away down to Reslock, and Reslock moves it away to Lovin. Shirts it in front of the net. Loose there. Puck is cleared all the way down as Mason Deal sent it to 200 feet. And Ruley fires it forward. Connects with Lovin. Hyde sweep checks that one away. Comes back away to Opposda. Opposda out to center, and here's Fillion. In on a 2-on-2. Fillion shorthanded. Fillion scored shorthanded the other night. Tried it again tonight. Onto the backhand. Sent it away to the near wing. Officials in the way again tonight. After Fillion raced to the corner to get it, bumped into the official there, and back the other way come the Firebirds. Sinker's in with it. He turns it towards the net on the blocker side and went wide. 50 seconds to play here on the power play. Slap shot coming, teed up and went wide from the point there from Nolan Bushy. Opposed to trying to clear it. Opposed down the near side wall. Down low is Haberman battling for it. Hyde has a big hit down low as he runs into Reslock. Then Fillion, with the help of Haberman, clears it all the way down. 30 seconds remains on the power play for the Firebirds. 10:50 to play here in the third period. Minot High up by a pair. Puck comes right over to the Devils Lake bench. They've got too many men on the ice. Comes back away to Nelson. Shorthanded. Nelson walks in, fires, hit a stick, and it went up and out of play. Nolan Bushy got a handle on it. Miscommunication over at the Devils Lake bench. Player came onto the ice. He had to go right back off, and the player that was on the ice had to race off as well. There's a miscue there, and that freed Nelson in on the 2-on-1. But Bushy was there on the defense to get a stick in the way, and the puck went up and out of play. 14 seconds remains on the Firebird power play. 10:35 to play in the third. The Magi are up by 2. Out to center ice. Handled down by Riley Rude. Carries in. Shoots it towards the goal. Love made a stick save. Puck dropped down to the corner. Comes away to Blair Martinson. Sent in. Love makes another stop. Puck is handled here on the near side wall. It's flipped up to center by Plemmel. And it rolls into the offensive zone for the Magi, where it's going to be handled here by Nolan Bushy. Magi penalty kill flawless again tonight. We're back to 5-on-5, but into the offensive zone come the Firebirds. Nice play there from Logan Broughton. Got it away on the near side wall. Pushed out to center, and Plemmel's back in with it. Plemmel takes it over center ice and dumps it back in behind the Devils Lake cage. Abrahamson back on the retrieve. He's run into down low. Puck comes away to Vile now. Vile's underneath the net. Goes back away to Davis, away to the near side wing, trying to feed Abrahamson. Abrahamson got it to Hyde at the point. Caroms off the end wall, comes back to Vile, top of the circle, far wing, takes it for a stroll underneath the net. And Vile looks for the outlet, turns it towards the goal. That one right towards Davis, and a nice play there from the defender, Riley Rude. Davis now sweeps it away to the near side corner. Underneath the net on the near side wing. Back to Hyde at the line. Sent across. This is Hertz towards the net with the wrister. Trying to clear it back out are the Firebirds. Hertz puts up the wall and holds it in. Abrahamson backhands it around the end wall. Davis has it. He plays catch with it now with Vile. Vile's underneath the goal line. Vile went to a knees. Back up. Vile spins away from two defenders. Vile turns it towards the near side wing. Vile still with it. Sends it in front of the net. Abrahamson backhander shot is stopped there from Ruley, and the puck is taken and launched all the way back down. Minot High like sharks in the water, smelling blood. Almost made it 3-0 with Abrahamson. Davis and Vile on the back doorstep. Abrahamson just couldn't get that putt to fall. 8:47 to play here in the third. 2-0 Minot High. This isn't quite as relaxed as a golf game by any means. This is an East versus West showdown tonight, and a fun one to be a part of. Magi looking to keep the foot on the gas pedal for the next 8:40. They lead 2-0 here in the third period, trying to improve to 2-1 overall in the year. Defensive zone for the Firebirds, trying to clear it out. Came right to Bergrud, and Bergrud sent it towards the net. Into the catching mitt net. Von Leather with another puck mark on it now from Regan Ruley. Faceoff will come on his blocker side. Opposed is out along with Deal and Bergrud. At the point, Peterson along with Broughton. Here to take the draw for the Firebirds. This is Craig Peterson. Minot High wins the draw. Back to the point. Peterson back underneath the net. Opposed in with a backhand. Shuffles it back around to the near point. On the wall. Broughton sends it in. Tipped on the way in by Opposed. Look what I found, says Regan Ruley. Saw that one all the way and caught it in the glove. 8:20 to play here, the third. 2-0 Magi. If you're just joining us, goals tonight late in the second with 3:23 remaining in the middle frame. It was Jake Vile's second of the year. Brett Davis assisted. Then with a half a minute roughly to play in the second, it was Davis that scored, assisted by Hyde and Vile. Berger, far side wall, trying to pin it in. Out to center it comes. Here's Lovin. Back in. Lovin's going to turn it towards the net. Now he's going to be hounded there by Broughton. Puck comes underneath the goal now, where Peterson's on the retrieve. Peterson hounded heavily. Berger's over on the far side wall, trying to poke it out of the zone. Zach Peterson back down, trying to get a handle on it again for the Magi. There's a 2-for-2 scrum in the corner. Lovin's going to try to come out away with it. That was a cross check. No call on the play. Loose in front of the net. Lovin turns, fires. That one goes off of the goaltender Love, and the stop is made. Minot High looking for a call there on Lovin in front of the net. The big forward for Devils Lake throwing his body around tonight, getting away with a few if you ask me, but that's hockey. I'd rather see it played that way than too many calls all night long. Minot High with real estate now, trying to clear the zone. This one gets past Bergrud. Rolling puck comes all the way down, past the blue paint, and that will be an icing with 7:19 to play here in the third period. I do not know, however, how you get away with a cross check right in front of the blue paint when the puck is in the corner. Minot High defenseman laying on the ground, and how about Jordan Love bailing out the Magi after that play? Got part of the glove on it. Puck went to the corner, and the sophomore net keeper doing his job well tonight. Here's Patrick Hyde trying to clear the zone. Goes over to Cope on the near side wing. Now Hyde out to center. He gets it ahead forward. This is Borkus into the offensive zone. Puck comes all the way back out to center ice. Hertz takes it and just sends it right back in. Minot High regroups. Taken in the corner, far side wing. Riley Rude handles, brings it away near side wing. We're under 7 minutes to play in the final period. Borkus sends it in. Went wide in the blocker side corner. Comes underneath the goal now where Hunter Cope is down there battling along with Hyde. Back at the point was Nelson, trying to soccer it instead of just taking it with the stick. And now the Firebirds bring it back. Shot comes in, went up and wide from Blair Martinson. Trying to clear the Magi. Hunter Cope pushes it out to center. Right back in, or the Firebirds are 7 feet offside. As you hear the whistle, and Nolan Bushy touched up inside the zone, and with 6.5 to play here in the third, will face it off at neutral. Up next for the Magi, a Thursday night tilt. The VFW Sports Center in Bismarck. They take on the Bismarck Century Patriots. Minot High matches up with Bismarck High 3 times. In 2017, 2018, by the way, one of them is a non-conference game, just an extra game on the schedule. Busy January for the Magi. In with the puck, offensive zone. Filling a drive, a save, a rebound, loose in front. And Minot High has scored again on the board. This time it's Fillion getting it over to Plemmel, I believe. We'll wait and see who gets credit. Who's the first out of the pile for the Magi? It's Plemmel with his second as a varsity player, and it's 3-0 Magicians. Three nothing Minot High with 6:12 left here in the third period. It's going to be Plemmel, I believe, from Fillion. We'll have to listen in. Face off at center. Magicians up by a 3 spot. Far side wall, D zone for the Magi. Peterson trying to clear it out to center. Peterson with a backhand. Lead pass up to Vile. Vile couldn't get a handle on it. Back into Minot High defensive territory. Here's Broughton. Let's listen in. Logan Broughton and Peterson get the assists on the play for the Magicians. So the 2 D-men get the assist on Jack Plemmel's second as a Minot High Magician varsity player. More importantly, it's 3-0 Minot High with 5.5 to play here in the third. Here's Lovin from the corner. Throws it towards the Minot High goal. Trying to clear was Brent Davis. Now it's pitchforked up on the far side wall. Now the Magi bring it out. Comes back to Abrahamson. He's had a nice game tonight for the Magi. Abrahamson off to Vile. Sends it all the way down. Was it touched? The referee says it was, so Minot High gets a wholesale change. 12 minutes in the books, 5 to go here in the third period. Minot High leads Devils Lake 3-0 in Devils Lake on a Thursday night East First West affair. Goals from Plemmel, Davis, and Vile have the Magicians in the driver's seat here tonight. Neutral zone battle for it. Puck comes into the defensive zone for the Firebirds. Back was Nolan Bushy. Comes up to center again, and Patrick Hyde dances in with it. Hyde dropped it back. Bergerud couldn't get a handle on it, and back the other way, coast to coast. Here's a drive, save, loose in front of the net. The stop is made. Bergerud dives in front after Love made an excellent save, and with the poke check, pushed it out ahead in front of the Devils Lake player to keep it a goose egg on his side of the board. Loose in front of the net, turned over to opposed. They put it on the goal, but he hit the pipe. Comes back up to the point. Handled by Hyde, drives it down low to the corner. Comes back away. Stick was just whacked right out of the hand of Mason Deal. No slash on the play. Deal's got a stick back and the puck in the corner. Orcus down low, battling forward at the goal line. Trying to work it back up. Hertz has it at the line, sends it in. That one goes right into Deal. And Deal is on the ice in all sorts of pain. That rocket from Hertz at the line hit Deal up top in the chest. Deal's going to skate off the ice under his own power, but that was a stinger. Face-off, I believe, should be in the Devils' leg zone. No reason to bring that one back out to neutral unless I'm incorrect. Slap shot from the line, hit a Minot High player in front of the net. In my mind, it was a quick whistle. Deal skated off under his own power, but they bring the draw out to neutral ice anyway. Could be the rule. Hunter Culp and Lovin on the near side wing having stick battle, so they break them apart and we reface them off. Face off one back to Peterson, sends it in. Ruley was out to play it. Nelson hard on the forecheck underneath the net. Puck away to the far side wall, dancing with it. Borkus down low. Borkus looking for the outlet, brings it back to the point. Broughton has it, sends it towards the cage. Goes back up to Peterson. Peterson in a battle for it at neutral. Comes away down to Borkus on the near wall and sends it back into the offensive zone. Borkus out there with Hunter Cope along with Nelson on the near side wing. Firebirds bring it back into the offensive zone for them with Hill. Hill dropped it off away to the near side to Craig Peterson. 3 minutes, 7 seconds to play here in the third period. Love makes a stick save. Now another loose in front of the net. Love makes another stop, and it comes back in front of the Minot High goal where it's taken by Broughton, trying to clear the zone of the Magi. Borkus pushes out to center. Now Cope hard on the forecheck, gets a handle on it in the offensive zone, still whacking at it. Puck comes away to the near wing, and right in front of the penalty box at neutral ice. The puck is controlled here by Logan Broughton, then sent in from center. Jordan Love drops it down and leaves it there onto the tape for Haberman. Here's Haberman up through center, dancing through. He goes coast to coast, one end of the ice to the other. Takes it down underneath the goal now, where it comes back away to the near wing. Clemmel has it, turns it towards the net. Hard wrister was knocked down on the defensive job from Nolan Bushy. 2:20 to play here in the third period. Minot High up by 3. 3-0 the score underneath the net. Clemmel, who's got one tonight, turns it towards the net. And Ruley gobbles that one up with the catching mitt. And we'll face it off on his blocker side here with 2:09 to play in the third. Well, the University of North Dakota back in action on home ice this weekend. They take on Western Michigan, the Broncos. Cam Johnson, the UND goaltender, scheduled to return to the pipes for North Dakota. Slap shot coming, this one from Hyde. Hit traffic, went way up into the seats. Cam Johnson missing 8 games. Reading the article in the Grand Forks Herald when I got to Devils Lake today and talked about how Cam Johnson didn't miss 8 weeks. He missed 8 games, rather. The lower body injury. He got injured right before the Wisconsin series in Wisconsin on the final drill, the final rep of the final drill of the morning skate before they were taking on Wisconsin. How unfortunate is that? Could be a blessing in disguise the year that they won it. North Dakota winning the national title. Cam Johnson, their starting goaltender that year as well, missed the same amount of games. Filling it into the offensive zone, onto the backhand, throws it in front to Plemmel. Plemmel trying to soccer it to himself with a bucket and a half to play here in the third. Comes out to center ice, and with it carrying into the offensive zone is Blair Martinson for the Firebirds. Martinson walks, fires, and the stop is made from Jordan Love. He goes down to the knee, and Love will gobble it up. Face-off coming on the sophomore net keeper's blocker side. 1 minute, 25 seconds to play here in the third. Here the Devils Lake student section going berserko again. Give them all the credit in the world. They've been rowdy here tonight. I think it's kind of fun. Wonder if we'll see any magic rabbits on the ice tonight. Here's Jake File onto the backhand. He's going to roll this one all the way down the length of the ice. Will it be an icing on the Magi? Yes, it will. Special thanks to Vibeno Orthodontics, Elevation, Mars, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, Minot's Finest Collision Center, IMM. Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show right around the corner. 1 minute, 11 seconds to play here in the third. Nice talk with Alex Olson, the assistant coach of the Devils Lake Firebirds today. Alex played for the Bismarck Bobcats during my tenure with the Cats as the voice of Bismarck Bobcats hockey. Saw him today. And a nice talk about Devils Lake hockey. Here's the 1 minute call for regulation. Thank you. Talked about their club being down just a bit. Here's a 2-on-0 for the Magi. Jake Files in alone with Abrahamson. Abrahamson stoned on the doorstep. Files sent it to it, and Abrahamson got robbed by the big white pillow. Back the other way comes Love, and fancy move. He's in. He fires it up and wide. Here comes Vile again the other way, trying to chip it out of the zone. Vile moves it ahead forward into the offensive zone again. This time they're whistled for the offsides, and the faceoff will come back out to neutral. Boy, Abrahamson has had a nice game tonight. He's been robbed 3 or 4 times point blank range. He's kind of been on that top line with Davis and Vile, if you will, the quote unquote top line. Stenberg not here tonight at a National DECA convention, it sounded like. Abrahamson's did a nice job filling it up there. Here's Hertz off the draw. 25 seconds to play in regulation. Minot High is going to win the hockey game. What will the score be? That's all that's left to be determined. In a drive. Oh, no. Rifled to the top shelf. And Blair Martinson ruins the shutout for the kid. Jordan Love with 16 seconds remaining here in regulation. Talk about a twisted wrister. That thing was a rocket from Blair Martinson. It's going to be an unassisted goal for Devils Lake. 16 seconds remaining. Jordan Love, excellent contest for him tonight. The shutout blown with 16 seconds left in the game. Offside's a call on Devils Lake. 6.4 seconds remaining in this one. 3-1 is the score. Martinson rifled that one to the top shelf as he crossed it over the blue line. Hyde comes off the ice. On comes Broughton after Hyde had a conversation with 17. That's Nolan Bushy. Now Bushy pushing over with Opposna. Bushy's going to step in to take the draw against Opposna. So they tried to separate them over on the wing, and now they just have them face off against each other. This one's going to come to a close. The Magi win tonight in the East vs. West showdown. Final score is 3-1. 16 seconds remaining for the Magicians. Net keeper, the sophomore, in his first ever start for Minot High to get the goose egg, and Martinson ruined it for him. Still a great night for the young goalkeeper. Great night for Davis. 2 points for him. Vile, 2 points for him. Plemmel, Broughton, Peterson, and Hyde all at a point tonight for the Magi. 3-1 they win to improve to 2-1. Devils Lake falls to 1-1. Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show comes up next. We'll hear from Jordan Willert in Coach's Corner. We'll have Minot's finest collision center stars of the game. We'll have the recap of the scoring. And then we'll get you set up for Century next Thursday evening. Minot High wins tonight, 3-1 the final score. We'll come back with the Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
National Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Planet Pizza. All systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
I love space.
Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This broadcast presentation of Minot High Hockey is brought to you by First Western Bank and Trust, Premier Chiropractic, Tecta America Dakotas, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Surf Valley Dental, Cadova Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Vivetto Orthodontics, Elevation, Pro Style Production DJ Services, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, and Planet Pizza.
Minot High comes into this East vs. West showdown tonight with high expectations. And they leave on the bus happy. They win tonight 3-1, the final score here at Burdick Arena in Devils Lake, North Dakota. Minot High gets the win tonight 3-1, the final score. We'll give you the recap of the scoring in just a moment. We'll talk to Jordan Willard in just a second as well. Minot High improves to 2-1 on the season. Nice win tonight for the Magi. They get geared up now back to West Region play with Bismarck Century next Thursday.
It's time for the Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show. Let's go back to the press box. For all of the highlights, stats, and analysis, once again, here is Nick Holberg.
Wings Beer Sports, the only place to catch the game. Check out Buffalo Wild Wings lunch menu as well, located on South Broadway in Minot. Buffalo Wild Wings, what more can you say about that place? It really is the place to be. B-Dubs bringing you the post-game show tonight after a Minot High Magicians win here in this East vs. West showdown tonight. Minot High improves again to a record of 2-1 on the season. Minot High heads to Bismarck next Thursday night. Devils Lake had a win against Bottineau Rugby. They won that game by a score of 2-1. Another strong goaltending performance tonight from the Firebirds net keeper Regan Ruley, who came in with a 95% save percentage. He's going to walk out of here. Save percentage won't be as good as that after tonight, but he still had a great performance this evening. Ruley turned aside 31 of 34 shots here tonight. Minot High goaltender and the sophomore Jordan Love, who had his first ever appearance as a varsity net keeper tonight. He saw 17 shots. He stopped 16 of them. How unfortunate was it for Jordan Love, who got scored on with 16 seconds remaining here in this contest tonight. Unfortunate break for the sophomore net keeper Jordan Love, who stood on his head at times in tonight's hockey game. Real excellent performance from the Minot High net keeper. Great to see that there's two kids in the blue paint that can get things done. Talking about goaltenders, we've got Eric Woodbeck, the assistant coach, and the goaltending coach, ice level for Coach's Corner here tonight. Woody, you look at a sophomore goaltender coming into the mix tonight, and a kid that you never know what's going to happen when you get your first varsity call-up tonight, and a nice game to throw him into the fire. Boy, he looked right at home there tonight. Real unfortunate as one goaltender to another, knowing that he blew that shutout with 16 seconds left of the hockey game.
Oh, you said it. It's heartbreaking for him because he played such a good game. His positioning was on point tonight, so that kind of helped. He was out there challenging where he should have been in the proper depth, and it was good to see him get out there and perform well.
How good is that for you, and a good problem to have, knowing that you've got two kids in Odie Nelson and Jordan Love, knowing that they can both go any given night?
It's a good problem to have. Having at least one or two good ones like that, then we can rotate them and keep them fresh for that West region and then possible state.
Sure appreciate your time here tonight, Woody. I'll have you pass the phone over to Jordan Willard after we give the scoring recap. That's the goaltending coach for Minot High, Eric Woodbeck, talking to him tonight about his young goaltender with great performance tonight. Minot High got on the board. It took them quite a while, over half the hockey game, to get on the scoreboard. 3:23 remaining in the second period. It was Jake Vile's second goal of the year. He was assisted by Brett Davis. At 34 seconds remaining in the second, it was Brett Davis with his own goal. Patrick Hyde and Jake Vile had the assist there. Into the third period we went, and some of the young guns are back on the board. It's Plemmel at 6:12 remaining in the third period, assisted by Logan Broughton and Zach Peterson, the D-men on the back end. Minot High at 3-0 at that point. Looked like they had it in the bag, and they did. The only goal to report after that was with 16 seconds left in the third, and it was Martinson from Devils Lake with a hard wrist shot that beat Jordan Love over the shoulder to close it out 3-1. Jordan Willard joins us now, the assistant coach for the Magi. Jordan Willard joins us now, the assistant coach for the Magi. And Coach, overall, give that game a rating A to F. What's your satisfaction level with the way your club played tonight? A win's a win, but where do you give that one on the scale to the A to F?
It's probably about a B+. I thought the guys played hard. We competed. We did some good things. Got a little sloppy there, but in the end, it's a 3-0 win in a tough building. These seniors have been, kind of smacked around by Devils Lake the last couple of years, so it's nice to get a win there.
Talk a little bit about some of the flashes of brilliance tonight. That's really what I take away from this hockey game tonight. You've got some lines kind of jumbled up a bit, and you've got some guys playing in some different positions. And at times in tonight's hockey game, you guys absolutely dominated. Your thoughts, is that a fair statement to say that there were some flashes tonight where you looked, again, like a well-oiled machine?
Yeah, I thought we played well. I mean, one thing that, we can take away that we really need to work on is we gave up a ton of odd man rushes. They probably odd-manned us 2-1 tonight. That's something that comes with a little bit of practice. Bismarck Century in Bismarck next Thursday. We got a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday slate for practice, so it's something that we can really shore up. But, I think you take away your big-time players played big in a big game, and just like I heard you on the recap right there, I thought the young kids did really well, and again, work hard and they competed.
I started a little fire. I talked to John Grubb about this in the Planet Pizza pregame show, and here we are, a couple hours later in the Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show. I said that my prediction for the West Region title this year was Minot High School. You guys take on the West Region team to beat in Bismarck Century on Thursday. What do you predict out of that hockey game? What do you expect to see out of your team? And what do you predict to see out of Troy Olson's team down at Century? Is that going to be a dogfight that we've been kind of waiting for all offseason?
Well, we just talked in the locker room. We got the biggest game of the season so far coming up. I mean, I know it's a young season, but they got a lot of skilled seniors, juniors back on that team. Really good defensemen. They've been tabbed as the team to beat. But we will have something to say about that in the end. You got to go there. You got to play the hockey game. Hopefully our kids are, into practice and everything next week, and we go down there and we're ready to play. It's exciting. I hope they're excited. I'm already excited for it. I mean, Bismarck Century against Minot High. I mean, the only thing about better is Bismarck High versus Minot High. So, I mean, the kids need to be ready to play and, just really excited to get down there and get back into region play.
What is the intensity level starting with practice tomorrow and through the weekend? I mean, do you let the boys relax a bit, or is it all business getting geared up for the #1 team in the West Region on Thursday night, a week from today?
Well, tomorrow will be a day off. We're going to get together a little meeting, and then we're hoping they all head out and support the Minot Minotauros, the little team activity at the game, and have Saturday, Sunday off to kind of regroup, and we're going to get back at it hard Monday, battling and, getting into some more system stuff that, we haven't really had many practices here early in the season after tryouts. It's kind of been boom, boom, boom with some games, and like I said, they just need to bring an intensity level and, a hard work level and a compete level and just be ready to get better. And there might be some standing around. There's going to be a lot of ups, a lot of get up and go. So, just hopefully the kids are ready to hit the week, flying. And again, super excited to get down to Bismarck and, play, a good hockey team. And, we're a good hockey team also.
Can't wait for it. Thanks for your time tonight. Congratulations on the win. Enjoy the bus ride home.
Yeah, safe travels, Nikki.
That's Jordan Willard, the assistant coach of the Minot High Magicians. When we come back to our Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show, we'll name our 3 stars of the game presented by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. Magi get a non-conference win tonight. 3-1's the final score. They roll to a 2-1 record. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Of Minot High Hockey is brought to you by First Western Bank and Trust, Premier Chiropractic, Tecta America Dakotas, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Surf Valley Dental, Cadova Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Vivetto Orthodontics, Elevation, Pro Style Production DJ Services, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, and Planet Pizza.
Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
It's time for the Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show. Let's go back to the press box. For all of the highlights, stats, and analysis, once again, here is Nick Holberg.
3-1 win tonight for Minot High here in Devils Lake. We sure appreciate the time of Jordan Willard and Eric Woodbeck, the coaching staff on the bench tonight after the Magicians' 3-1 win. If you're just joining us, goals tonight come from Vial, Davis, and Plemmel. Minot High led 3-0 with 16 seconds left in the third, and it was Martinson from Devils Lake that blew the shutout for the first ever varsity starter tonight, in the first ever varsity game tonight, I should say, for Jordan Love. It's the Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show, and it's time for Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game. At Minot's Finest Collision Center, we ensure the proper procedures are followed to repair your vehicle so that safety features are maintained to keep you and your family safe. We're more than an auto body repair shop. We are Minot's Finest, 839-0989. This is my least favorite part of the broadcast tonight. How do you pick three of the top performers tonight, the finest players for the Magi? Well, when a couple kids have a pair of points, makes things a little bit easier. When a sophomore goaltender steps in there, I tell you what, Plemmel has a nice game again tonight. I thought Logan Broughton on the back end and Peterson on the back end, they're good tonight. Those guys are just so steady Eddie back there. Have to be honorable mentions with the points they had. All around, I thought Minot High was a great hockey team tonight. I thought Abrahamson, he didn't get on the score sheet tonight. He didn't get a chance to bury tonight, but I thought Abrahamson stepping into that top line tonight, he was one of the best players on the ice for the Magi. He was buzzing. Give some major credit to him. But our stars of the game tonight will go like this. Jake Vial, 1 goal, 1 assist tonight. 2 points for the senior assistant captain. Vial of the Magi will be my third star of the game tonight. Brent Davis will be my second star of the game tonight. He had the reverse points on those goals from Vial. Davis had 1 goal, 1 assist tonight. And my number 1 star of the game tonight, delivered by Minot's Finest Collision Center, has to be the sophomore goaltender, Jordan Love, who comes into the matchup tonight, seeing his first varsity experience. And the 5'11", 165-pounder stood in there real tall. He played excellent. What a heartbreak hotel tonight for Love. 16 seconds left in the game. The shutout is ruined in his first ever varsity start, but don't take anything away from him. He was fantastic tonight. He's my star of the game. Davis, Vial, and Love, the 3 stars, brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. That's going to do it for us tonight here from Quentin Burdick Arena in Devils Lake, North Dakota. Join us next Thursday as Minot High travels to Bismarck Century to take on the Patriots. Get ready for a dogfight. We're going to find out if those words spoken are true on whether or not Century's the team to beat, or is it Minot High? We will find out next Thursday. Hope you're locked and loaded and ready for that one. That will be a fun night from the VFW Sports Center in Bismarck. Final score tonight, Minot High rolls to a 3-1 victory. They improved to 2-1 on the season. Join us Thursday when we go back to conference play. The Magi lock horns with Bismarck Century. Thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. Coaches for stopping by. Larry McFall for his time as well. This has been a presentation of Minot High Magicians Hockey and Pro Style Production.
First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Planet Pizza. All systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. 2 T-minus now it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
I love
Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This broadcast presentation of Minot High Hockey is brought to you by First Western Bank and Trust, Premier Chiropractic, Tecta America Dakotas, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Surf Valley Dental, Cadova Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, First International Bank, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Minot Hockey Boosters, Buffalo Wild Wings, IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Vivetto Orthodontics, Elevation, Pro Style Production DJ Services, the UPS Store, Bremer Bank, and Planet Pizza.